without the sound of you around. It's getting colder, and I'm the storm that's taking over. And I'm the storm that's taking over. Echoes of your words, echoes of your words. Now the storm that's taking over. Silhouettes of you used to haunt my dreams. Nightmares laid to rest, no coming back to me. And my walls will keep you down. I am safe without the sound of you around. It's getting colder, and I'm a storm that's taking over.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think it might be time to start this. So let's get it going. Channeling James, are you there?
Hello? Am I here? I don't know if I'm here. Are you here?
It's the magic of Jamez 5000. Wait a minute.
Distance nerding.
What up, everybody?
Where's my glasses?
It's in my backpack somewhere.
Oh, that's a good place for them.
Yeah, no, it's the only place that they belong.
That's rude.
Yeah, kind of is. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now watching Distance Nerding.
He's Young Phil.
And he's the Jamez 5000.
And we're here to nerd together. We're talking about anything pop culture, movies, food, music, wrestling, whatever you're nerding out on. We want to talk about it.
Now, guys, ladies and gentlemen, you got to follow us if you're not already following us in these places at Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter. What's another one we have? GeoCities.
Farmers Only.
FarmersOnly.com. That is the best place to get information about Jamez 5000.
Why don't they have like a Nerds Only?
I'm sure they do.
Ah,
Actually, you know what? I think I've seen ads for something called like Plink or something like that for like gamers. Yeah, no, it's a thing.
that
Dude.
actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
And like the ads, it's funny because the ads say, find your player too.
Oh, that's actually pretty smart.
Yeah, I've seen them on like, you know, when you're on Instagram and like the ads will pop up. I've seen it on there.
That's pretty smart.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome everybody.
What's going on, everybody?
I see Raider Ray's in the chat.
Raider Ray is in the chat. I believe that he is just listening while he's driving because he's driving home from work.
Yeah, you don't have to watch.
No, yeah,
You know what we look like.
yeah, no, yeah. Now, I mean, we have experienced
You,
the Witness Me Furiosa together.
Yeah.
Right. Hey,
What-
Ray. Witness me.
just blowing out his car
Oh,
speakers.
absolutely. Well, that's why I had to like say it off mic. Hey, Julie, how's it going?
Hey, Julie.
Gotta
Happy
say
holidays.
hi to my future mother-in-law here.
Happy holidays, future mother-in-law.
Yeah, right there. Ladies and gentlemen, I do have to do a super special shout out. I'm not sure if he's in the chat over on YouTube, but I've got to shout out a new young fan,
Ooh, all right.
Mikey Rivera,
Mikey.
aka Mikey the Third,
Triple Mike.
Triple Mike.
There you go. Mike the Third. I like it.
Mikey Rivera. I met him today while I was working. I was working on the house doing some security, and he got into distance nerding. He was just like really into the chat, or like really into the streams, and
How cool is that?
the Lego builds, and he's into watching gaming and all that. So hoping to see him more in the future.
Right up your alley. Watching gaming, watching Lego builds.
Yeah, right. And just
Perfect.
Just having a 10-year-old talk
Yeah.
smack to me.
was gonna say.
that would be so great. I would love that.
I was gonna say you're like a 10-year-old idol. You know what I mean? Like
I mean,
Gaming
I'm
and
not
Legos.
much older than 10 myself in maturity.
I was gonna say that, but
Yeah,
I didn't want to be rude.
maybe not in age. I'm pretty broken, but I mean,
Yeah. Right. We all are.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, we have a pretty decent show.
Yeah. Are we considering this our holiday episode?
Yeah, so I did kind of market this as our Christmas episode.
Right.
Now we may or may not have a couple people drop in. I know one person is not going to be able to make it, and that's Bird. But Bird left us some presents that we're going to open on stream.
I know. I was gonna talk smack about her, but
Yeah.
then she brought us gifts. So
Yeah, well, she brought us gifts this year, and she brought us gifts last year, and we never opened her.
I'll
gift
wait until
from
after
last
I
year.
open the gifts before I talk smack.
Yeah, so we're definitely gonna open her gift from this year as well as her gifts from last year.
Not bad.
Now on top of that, of course, we got the news. We're gonna do the download. We have starting rumors, and then of course, bringing back last week's segment and doing Don't Cross the Streams
Right.
with some great streaming recommendations. Hopefully, we get Aaron in the building here. No guarantees that either of the Aarons will show up, but
We got some stream recommendations to discuss.
right.
But Bird was gonna have a couple, but I might steal hers.
Yeah, so
because that's how I do.
Definitely some things that you should be watching if you're not already watching it right now. So
Do we want to do the download first, or do we want to do the like 2020 Bird gifts?
you want to do the 2020 Bird gifts right now, and then the
kinda do.
2021 ones after
Yeah.
the download?
Yeah, I like it. Or we just save them for 2022.
Okay.
One or the
So,
other.
question is, we have two of these here, a Donkey Kong, and it looks like a Legend of Zelda. Which one do you want?
Well, don't we have to like pull them apart?
Yeah, but I mean, like, which one do you want? Okay. They're like wishbones, right?
I think so.
So like, you grab one end, I grab one end.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
pull whoever
We'll
has
do it
the
in front of
bigger
your
end.
camera.
Okay. Well, like, whoever has the bigger one gets the gift, I guess is
Yeah,
how it works.
I
All right.
guess that's how it goes.
So go ahead
Let
and-
me see. Hold on. Let me move the mic.
Wait. Reach your hand over.
Hold on. Scoot it back.
All right.
Scoot back just a little.
That's
rude.
I definitely won that one. Yes. What is
That's all I
it?
got. This is it.
What is it?
Wait. And we should talk about these. These are like an English thing, right?
Yeah. So this is like a British gift kind of
British.
thing. British. Now
British
don't
gift.
start that again. But it's like a British gift thing where like it's almost like a
Bollocks, I
wishbone.
lost. Like that? Is that
Oh,
what I'm supposed to say?
bollocks. These socks.
Oh, you got some
Oh yes. Freaking Donkey Kong socks.
Donkey Kong.
Oh,
socks.
that's awesome.
Hey, you could have been wearing those all year long.
I could have. All right, let's do this one.
All right.
Honestly, whether I win or not, you get this one because it wouldn't be fair for me to get one and you.
And
don't get
what
one.
if you like it better? What if it's like Golden Girls
Do
socks?
you- okay, I don't know. Only if you want to trade.
Okay.
Okay, one.
Wait, hold on. We gotta get in camera.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
I won again! Yay!
This is rigged. This is rigged. Look at that.
So the prize is I get to show it on stream, but whatever these socks are, James gets these. I'm pretty sure those
Unless
Zelda
it's
socks.
Golden Girls. You need the caveat.
Yeah, unless it's Golden Girls, then
Right.
Golden Girls means it's mine.
What is it? What is it?
It
What
is Legend of Zelda.
Oh,
Oh, I almost want these.
see?
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this, and it's the sword. What? Okay, James, would you rather these socks? Or would you rather the Donkey Kongs?
I'll take either one. I'm down with either one.
Okay, I like these ones
Okay,
that
give me
much
the
more. I'm
Donkey
gonna give you the
Kongs.
Donkey Kong ones because these are awesome.
Thanks, Bird.
Bird, you're amazing for this. Here, hold on. I gotta open this up more so everybody can see it. Right there.
Hey, if Bird put these on, we could like totally sell them on her OnlyFans. You know
Oh,
what
that's
I mean?
right. We could totally sell this on.
I'm
Bird's
just saying,
OnlyFans.
everybody, if Bird had it on,
Right.
you know, we
You
can
could
work
say-
it out.
You
We
could
can
say
work it out.
feet worn by Bird.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to shout out our unofficial sponsor, Zoa.
The unofficial official sponsor.
I normally don't drink these on this show, but I have no energy, which you guys wouldn't know because I seem super chipper and upbeat and alive, but I'm reaching.
You're making it happen. We got it. Let's do this.
So the show is powered by Zoa, ladies and gentlemen. Get Zoa everywhere you get energy drinks. That's a lie. Get it at like Chevron, or I get mine from
Amazon?
GNC.
Oh, the unofficial official.
The official but unofficial sponsor of Distance Nerds everywhere.
Let's get into some news.
All right, let's get into some news. Wait a second.
For the download.
I didn't work out the way that I normally work it out,
No,
but
it's perfect.
still.
It's perfect. All right.
All right,
Don't
man.
forget to check out the Distance Nerdington post on Facebook. The Distance Nerdington post. I guess it's the Facebook group, right?
That's the Facebook group.
On
right?
on Facebook, we post all the trailers, all the memes, all the stuff to talk about. So like when you want to talk more about, I don't know, say Spider-Man or Hawkeye or anything
Right.
else, go to the Distance Nerdington post and we can all talk together.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just looking for a place like a safe space,
Safe
to just
space.
kind of talk about all the nerdy things you want to talk about,
Yeah,
the Nerdington Post is the place to be.
that's the spot to be.
Yeah, we get to talk about ponies
All right, here
and
we go.
Transformers and
All kinds of stuff.
all of the things.
Speaking of Transformers, I got some bad news.
Yeah.
So Henry Orenstein, the man who created Transformers, the action figure franchise,
Yeah.
he passed away recently.
Man.
So Orenstein was a Polish immigrant, a Holocaust survivor.
Oh wow.
I didn't even know that.
I didn't know that about Ornstein.
I know it's crazy.
Yeah.
He ended up coming to the United States after World War II and started working at Hasbro. So he's done
Wow.
all kinds of stuff. He created Johnny Lightning race cars, the 1950s Betty the Beautiful Bride dolls,
Okay.
all kinds of stuff for Hasbro.
Yeah. That's nuts. I didn't know that, man.
I know, right? So it's super sad. He passed away. I mean, I grew up on Transformers, so he
Yeah.
helped create part of my childhood.
Absolutely did.
You know,
'Cause
so
I'm a big Transformers guy too. So,
right?
Yeah.
I mean, I still have my G1 Soundwave that I play with and my kids play with. And
Yeah.
one of my daughters, shout out to Coco, she even like sleeps with Soundwave. She calls it her baby Soundwave sometimes.
That
It's super cute.
is adorable.
Yeah. She has it all transformed, and sometimes like we have a little camera watching them, and I'll hear noises, and all of a sudden I look in the camera, and she's just like playing with Soundwave and transforming him instead of taking a nap. It's super cute.
I imagine this because Kaya and Coco are already ridiculously adorable.
Oh yeah. Thank
So and apparently they get that from you. So because you're
I mean,
so
it's
adorable.
probably Jenny. I'll give
Yeah.
you that much.
Yeah.
You know, she's the mastermind behind it all. But yeah, they're super cute. Anyway,
Yeah.
back to Ornstein. Ornstein, he had more than 100 patents, including the Transformers toy line. Very smart man. and he was inducted into the New Jersey Inventors Hall of Fame. He was 98 years old.
Oh wow. I wonder how involved he was with the other like Hasbro toy lines.
Oh, I don't know. That's a
So, like, with,
good
like,
question.
Yeah, with like your G.I. Joe, Mighty Max,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
The whole line.
Yeah. I wonder because I mean, Hasbro went and did their whole, let's make these toys, but then also
Right.
make these 30-minute ads for kids to like want to buy these toys.
Yeah.
You know?
Genius.
Yeah. So it's
Genius.
just kind of like, I want to know how involved he was with all of that.
Yeah. He even there's one other fact that I found. He's also the guy who changed the way people watch professional poker. I'm like, what does that even mean?
Yeah.
But I guess he's the person who introduced the glass tabletop.
Oh.
That allowed like TV networks to have another camera so you could see the different cards
Yeah.
that the players had. So I was like, well, that's actually pretty smart.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that's cool.
That's kind of cool. Yeah.
But he built that. So he was 98 years old. He passed away in his home in New Jersey. Shout out to Henry Orenstein.
Yeah. Thank you for giving me such a great childhood.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of childhood, let's get into some Ghostbusters news.
Okay.
Now, Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Yeah.
What did you think of that movie?
I thought it was great. I mean, dude, the Ecto one is literally sitting right behind you right now.
I know.
You can see it on the camera.
It's over my shoulder.
Yeah. Dude, that movie was amazing. I loved the way that movie played out. I love the storyline. It was very connecting for me
Yeah.
because it had all of the things that I loved about Ghostbusters when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, built upon the lore so that kids in this generation could appreciate it that much more.
Ah, good, like connective tissue.
It really was. So, I mean,
Better than say like the way the Star Wars sequel trilogy did it.
absolutely did.
Okay.
I mean, again, I enjoyed the sequel trilogy, but just there were a lot of drop balls in that. There are a lot of places where they kind of just they had missed opportunities, is what I'm going to call that.
Gotcha.
Whereas Ghostbusters knocked it out of the park.
Mm-hmm.
Like they made me care for the characters. They connected it. Like, I mean, they had some of those like slight horror elements inside of there,
Right.
but then also had like all the lightness and fun, and then all the callbacks to the original
Yeah.
Ghostbusters.
The nostalgia was there.
It really was. So it was done really well.
Very cool. Very cool. So the it's out. It was out in theaters. Is it still out?
I think it's still out.
It might still be out.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't know for how long because Spider-Man and Matrix are about to take over everything. Now,
Spider-Man killed it, and I'm pretty sure we're going to talk about that.
yeah, we can talk about that. But let me finish this
Yeah.
Ghostbusters thing. So we know that Ghostbusters is now coming out February 1st on like to buy.
Okay.
Not on streaming yet, but just to buy. So
I'm buying it.
4K, Ultra, Blu-ray,
Yeah.
the whole DVD business, all of it's coming out. Check this out. So Amazon is going to have a special Ghostbusters gift set that they're
Mhm.
putting out. So it's Afterlife, Ghostbusters, and Ghostbusters 2, but not the reboot, the 2016 one.
Right.
They kind of left that one out. They're like, it's not.
Well, here's my justification for that, right? Is that technically that movie isn't in the same timeline.
I was going to say that. It's like not the same continuity.
Right. So, I mean, the whole thing is the way that Aykroyd has put it is
Uh-huh.
that they kind of want to do like a multiverse kind of thing, and there's like alternate dimensions and universes and whatnot.
Mhm.
And that movie is an alternate dimension. And it's not something that takes place in the same continuity as the original movies and theirs. I mean, they made cameos in that movie and they were not themselves.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
exactly. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
And I didn't hate the reboot, the 2016 reboot. I
Mhm.
thought it was kind of fun for what it was.
Yeah.
But it definitely wasn't the nostalgia. Like now after Afterlife came out, it's like that's what you want. You want that connective,
Yeah. And I mean,
continuity to it.
My whole thing with that was, again, and I've said it before on the show, was it's not so much that I didn't like the movie as I felt like they were trying too hard to make it funny.
Uh-huh.
So there was a lot of, we really want this to be funny. We're going to try and make this funny. rather than it being naturally funny, like how the original Ghostbusters were, where it was just like there's natural comedy in there, but it at their heart they were horror movies that just had comedy beats in it. Like Afterlife hit that.
I thought there were still funny parts in the reboot, like Chris Hemsworth was
Hemsworth
funny.
was really funny, but
Kate
I mean, like,
McKinnon was super funny.
that's the thing is that a lot of the jokes though felt forced.
Yeah, maybe that's
You know,
it.
and
Maybe
that's really what it was. It felt like they were just trying to get cheap laughs versus making a horror movie that just had comedy beats to it.
Mhm.
You know.
So you're good with it being left out of the gift box.
Well, again, and it's nothing that I have against the movie. It's more, I think that gift box is more along, you know, the timeline.
Got it.
That movie wouldn't make sense if you're watching those movies in succession.
Yeah.
Right. So like you watch Ghostbusters 1, Ghostbusters 2, and then the Ghostbusters reboot, which has nothing to do with the first two.
Yeah.
And then Ghostbusters Afterlife, which is going back to the first two.
Yeah. That makes
So,
sense.
I mean, yeah, I think for the continuity, you only want those three.
Right. Ghostbusters Afterlife will cross the streams on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and DVD February 1st, 2022. Do people still buy DVD?
I'm not. I know Ryan Permison does
Okay.
from Nerd Culture.
Right.
He specifically talked about how he still buys DVDs.
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 Like I still have DVDs in my like minivan for the kiddos.
Yeah, I mean, I have a collection of DVDs. I went more to Blu-ray, but I mean, like, I really haven't been buying anything because everything I've been buying has been digital.
I may have. Yeah, exactly. Right. If
Mhm.
it's not streaming or something like that, then you're
Yeah.
like,
Well,
I
especially
may have to
because-
go look for some DVDs like on the cheap.
Yeah,
We'll have to
especially
see.
because the what is the My Movies app?
Yeah.
You can link all your movie, you know, like streaming or not streaming services, but all your movies like digital services together. So like Amazon with Apple
Yeah.
with everything like that, and you buy one and it's across everything that you own.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like Microsoft's connected to it and all that. So it's kind of like, you know, and a lot of these movies also come with digital copies too.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where that how that evolved for me, is because most Blu-rays I bought came with the digital copy, and I just saw the convenience of the digital copy and then
Right.
started evolving to just buying the digital copy
Yeah.
because it was cheaper.
But it's still nice to have that tangibility, the
Yeah.
thing to hold, the thing to look at.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I still buy some collector's editions for certain things
Yeah,
because
exactly.
they're the collector's editions.
Exactly.
So
did I say February 1st? Yeah, February 1st.
yeah. So
Those-
2 days before my birthday.
Yeah. Dropping it in there.
Yeah.
You got a couple months to shop, people.
Yeah. 2 days before my birthday, just saying, you know, it'll be my birthday. You guys can get me a DVD.
There you go. Speaking of release dates, Lionsgate has announced a new release date for John Wick 4.
Mm,
Did
Did it get pushed back again?
Hagakuri?
hold on. Oh, yeah. That
Is that how you say Hagakuri?
Hagakure.
That's what I said. Hagakuri? Yeah, no? Okay, whatever. All right, so the movie was supposed to be released Memorial Day
Right.
of 2022. Oops, I dropped myself. Memorial Day of 2022, but now it's March 24th of 2023. So like, was that 10 months?
Pushed back that far again?
10 months. That's a big jump.
It really is.
Do you think that's production or do you think that's rewrites? That's a big jump.
That is. I mean, it's because the notes say that they moved it out of the way so that it doesn't get in the way of Top Gun Maverick.
Right.
And that's cool, but I mean 10 months.
Yeah.
You know, like Disney moved one of their movies back by 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So that it wouldn't step on its own toes. But it's like 10 months?
That's a
I wonder
big
if there's
jump.
production issues.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like that's a big jump. That's why I was like concerned
Mm-hmm.
about that, but we shall see.
Yeah.
But it does make sense. So you mentioned it that it's kind of clearing the way for Top Gun Maverick since that's supposed to be the big tent pole
Right.
movie. So
Right.
okay, let's keep going. So
All right.
from John Wick to Who Still Knows Kung Fu.
I know Kung Fu.
So after 20 years, we're actually getting a new Matrix film,
Mhm.
Matrix Resurrections, which is out now.
I literally finished watching it before you got here.
Oh my goodness, I was gonna ask you
Yeah.
that.
when
I started it, but I'm like, I can't watch it. I need to like sit down and watch it.
when Bird came by to drop off the presents,
Yeah.
like I hit pause and she goes, "Is that the new Matrix?" And I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "I need to go because I don't want to watch this."
Exactly, right?
She goes, "I need to watch it later."
So, the whole new Matrix is coming out, but everybody
Mhm.
keeps thinking like, hey, how is Neo still in this? How is, Trinity still in this?
Mhm.
Is this a reboot? Are we, what is happening? So,
It's kind of both. Without giving spoilers,
Yeah.
it's kind of both, and they explain all that,
mhm,
and it makes sense.
uh-huh.
It the only spoiler I'll give away on
Yeah, I was
this,
gonna say,
and it's
don't
not
spoil
much of a
it.
spoiler, right? Is that it does take place sometime after the events of the last Matrix movie.
Which is
So
good.
it's not like an instant, it just happens next. It's like the timeline's a little weird, but it does take place like
Later.
like a
Yeah.
generation or two after the events.
Right.
And they kind of explain like what happens with them versus how the Matrix is what it is.
Yeah.
And everything. I'm not gonna say it's convoluted, but it's a little difficult to explain. You got to watch
Yeah.
the movie because
Go
it's
watch it.
like
Go watch
it's
it.
explained over a course of like a couple of different scenes.
Right.
So
So with a recent interview with AP Entertainment, director Lana Wachowski asked, or was asked, if they were gonna reboot the franchise. Is there a trilogy? I don't know why it has to be a trilogy, or why can't they just release movies as it is? But she simply said that no, this is not gonna be a new trilogy.
Mhm.
That doesn't mean they might have more
right,
or spin-offs.
they
Mhm.
totally left it open.
Right.
But they left it open the same way that they left the first movie open.
Yeah. I
Right.
can see that. Yeah.
Because you got to remember, like the first movie wasn't intended to have a sequel.
Mm-hmm.
Right. The first movie was just a movie they experimented with, and Warner Brothers was like, well, we need more. So they made 2 sequels.
Right.
And made it a trilogy. The way that they ended this movie was along the same lines as the way they ended the first movie.
Well, that's good.
So it's very like open,
Uh-huh.
but at the same time, it could just very well be this is the end.
Now, so this is one of those dual releases. I think this is the last dual release of the year.
Yeah.
And under the HBO Max Warner Brothers contract to do the dual release. Did you enjoy it at home versus seeing it in a theater?
You know what's funny is when I was watching it, I was thinking like, how good would this be in a theater?
Right.
It was good.
Mhm.
It's good. It's definitely worth a watch.
Uh-huh. Well, here, the reason why I'm asking, because I started it last night, like super late. I got through like the first 10 minutes, and there's a lot of exposition going on in that first 10 minutes. And I'm just like, I got lost because I was like distracted, like
Yeah.
on my phone and like falling asleep. And I'm like, I should have watched this in a theater or
Yeah.
wait to watch it in a theater.
Yeah.
Because I'll be fully invested in it.
Yeah.
Whereas at home, you're distracted. Your dog's next to you or whatever.
Yeah. There's
Hanging
Obies
out. Yeah.
distracting you. You've got twins jumping on your face.
Exactly. There's a
it's like-
refrigerator full of food.
Yeah, exactly.
There's midnight nachos to be had. You know what I'm saying?
Midnight nachos. God,
Right?
I want to. How come I'm not at your house?
That's where it happens.
Yeah.
The magic and the midnight nachos.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean it's definitely worth watching in the theater. It's
Right.
going to be interesting to see what their numbers are,
Mhm.
especially going up against Spider-Man.
Yes.
Yeah, because Spider-Man, I don't know if you have a note on what Spider-Man made over the weekend.
I don't.
Yeah.
Because it was changing like
240 million.
Yeah.
Which was bigger than Endgame.
It was like the third biggest movie of all time.
Yeah.
Not in the pandemic, of
Yeah.
all time.
Yeah. Which is intense because we're still we're a little iffy with Omicron and everything like that. Coming out of this pandemic, and then Spider-Man just knocks it out of the park. And again, I watched it on Saturday.
Uh-huh.
So worth. I'm gonna go see it again. It's
Right.
so worth the money. Like I struggle not spoiling this movie whenever I talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Like it's so good.
Yeah.
I
want to see it in theaters. I want to see this and Spider-Man. I need to like call in sick for like an afternoon or something, or how far does the baby monitor Wi-Fi reach? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can I bring the baby monitor into the theater? Would that
Right.
be cool?
Right. Or find a way to bring like have the girls in the van with the wheel with the windows down, right? And have the baby monitor while you're in the theater. So it's like if they cry, you can just run out the theater and go see if they're okay.
Right. That's why we have the DVD player in the minivan.
Exactly.
For this reason, so
just-
I get to see Spider-Man.
Yeah, you can just play 3 hours of Baby Shark. It'll be fine.
Exact. See? Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you, minivan. So you can enter The Matrix in theaters and HBO Max right now.
And again, please enter The Matrix. It's worth it.
Do it.
Yeah.
All right. Toss a coin to your Netflix.
Okay.
Ready for that one? You will not.
I need that's a show that I still need to watch. I need to watch
Oh my
The
God.
Witcher.
This is what I was going to say.
The second
so
season.
if you're a Witcher fan or
Yeah.
going to be a Witcher fan, or you need to watch The Witcher because
Yeah.
you will be a Witcher fan.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on. Like there's an expanding universe of Witcher happening. So there's season 2 that just dropped, and we're going to
Right.
talk about that. But season 1's already been out. They did an anime like Nightmare of the Wolf or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
They got I think they have another anime coming.
Okay.
And then they just released their first teaser for a new show. Like I think it's actually a prequel. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a prequel
Yeah.
called Blood Origin,
Right.
The Witcher Blood Origin. It's got like Michelle Yeoh in it, dude.
Yeah. Which already is badass.
And she's an elf, and she's like a badass elf.
Yeah.
Like
It's
running
Michelle. It's Michelle Yeoh. Anything
know.
she plays is badass.
Kung Fu elves. Come on now. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? You gotta get down with this. I have a blood synopsis. If you're ready for it.
Synopsis.
Here we go. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Set in an elven world 1,200 years before the world of The Witcher. The Blood Witcher will tell a story lost in time, the origin of the very first Witcher, and the events that lead into the pivotal conjunction of the spheres when the worlds of monsters, men, and elves merge to become one.
I'm in. I'm
Right?
all in. Yeah.
Right? Dude,
That's
from what I hear, I haven't
dope.
started season 2, but I think we're going to talk about that next. But people are loving season 2,
yeah.
and I love season 1.
Season 1 was great.
Mhm.
I just haven't had time is a problem for me.
Right.
Between now that I'm game streaming and everything like that, it gets hard to watch shows. And I try, I had to make sure that I watched the season finale of Hawkeye before this.
Right.
And then on top of that, I was like, I got to watch Matrix because if we talk Matrix tonight, I need to know my stuff.
Right.
So
I hear you.
Mhm.
You. Yeah, they're between Hawkeye, The Matrix, and Spider-Man. I'm like, there's so many like spoiler things happening. I kind of wanted to avoid anything spoiler-ish just to give people time to watch. Matrix came out like hours ago.
yeah.
same
Now
with
all the
Hawkeye.
Marvel stuff, it's so hard not to talk spoilers.
Yeah.
Because I'm so excited about some of the things that popped up in between the movie and Hawkeye.
Mhm.
That is, it jumps into the greater like MCU lore and like some of the things
Right.
that we've been wanting for a while pop up between
Right.
these two things.
Right.
So I'm excited for it.
So you should probably spend some time,
Mhm.
watch The Witcher,
I'm probably gonna end up binging it.
binge it. Just
Yeah.
give yourself some time to like get through it all.
Yeah.
Season 1 does have a lot of like exposition.
Oh no, I know season 1. I watched season 1.
Oh, okay.
I just haven't watched season 2 yet.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
No, I gotta binge season 2. I had to explain season 1 to so many people because they
Yeah.
didn't understand it. Because like the exposition's there, but it's also non-linear. So the thing is like,
Exactly.
yeah, and it's because they went the same route that it was like the chapters in the book go.
Uh-huh.
Because a lot of people, what they don't realize about The Witcher is the show is based more on the books than it is the video game.
Right.
And a lot of people went in with high expectations thinking it's going to be like the video game, and when it wasn't like the video game, people were upset about it. But the thing is that it's
more
based
the
on
books.
the book, and it's very accurate to the way the books are. Right. The only
Exactly.
incorporation from the games that I kind of feel would have been better is the fact that Geralt has 2 swords in the game, and one is for monsters, one is for people.
Ah.
Right. And I always liked that concept. But again, it's not something that they did in the book. So that's why he only has 1 sword.
Got it.
Right. But I mean, I'm okay with that. It's just I thought that was a cool concept that they added to the game.
Interesting.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So
Hi, Melissa, in the chat. Melissa Corona jumping in saying hi.
oh yeah, that's my
Much
my customer
appreciated.
from today. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I was talking earlier. Hey, Melissa. So I'll shout him out again. Shout outs to Mikey Rivera, Mikey the Third,
The
aka
Third.
Mikey the Third.
Mikey Trips.
Yeah, Mikey Trips out there killing it.
That's
see?
cool.
Hi, it's Mikey the Third with the A, son.
With an ace and oh
Yeah.
geez, here we go. Watch out. I hope he's not watching The Witcher. You
I
think he's
mean, he
watching
might
Witcher?
be.
I mean, everybody else is. So real quick, no date yet for Blood Origin, when it will be blooding or origining or blood oranging onto Netflix.
Blood oranging.
I don't know how, I didn't know how to end that bit. But
oranging,
before we dwell too long on that,
origining. Is that what you were trying to say?
before we dwell too long on that, it's like a Transformers movie. You can't just like second guess it. You just got to roll with it. The second season of Witcher, starring Henry Cavill,
Mhm.
debuted to a massive streaming number. Check this out.
Did Netflix actually release numbers?
And I'm about to show it to you.
They
but
don't release numbers ever.
exactly. So Witcher took the number one spot. Season 2 took the number one spot.
Okay.
In December from the 13th through the 19th. And keep in mind, it came out on the 17th.
Right.
So it's really like 3 days,
Yeah.
right, into this metric, right? With viewers watching 142.4 million hours of season 2.
Holy crap.
Nuts.
How do you break that down?
And then check this out. So season 1 of The Witcher
Mhm.
jumped up into second place and took in 49.2 million hours. So
yeah.
think about that jump, right? That's
'Cause-
almost 100 million hours.
Yeah, I know it's crazy. And part of that is probably because you have people who wanted to catch back up for season 2, probably didn't remember everything from season 1.
Right.
Then you also have all the people who didn't watch season 1 and are
Right.
like, well, I want to know what the hype is now.
Yeah.
It got a second season, and everybody's always
Yeah.
singing Toss a Coin to My Witcher. Everybody's always talking about how awesome Henry Cavill looks.
Yeah,
right?
he doesn't have a shirt on. Okay,
Yeah,
you got me.
yeah. I mean, when I mean, our motto on our show is we want to kiss Henry Cavill softly on the mouth. So
I mean, that's all you
it's
guys.
just I mean, James, James.
I just want to hang out.
James.
You know,
James,
maybe put on some Donkey Kong socks
James.
with him.
You know you want to kiss Henry Cavill
Hey,
softly.
we
on
don't
the-
have to
on the
let
mouth.
all the cats
You
out the
don't-
bag.
You don't have to. It's okay. I know your wife watches the show,
Right.
and you don't have to do anything. I mean, my wife already disowns me because of the things I say. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So 142 million hours for season 2,
Mhm.
49.2 million hours for season 1.
Right.
And then check this out. The third in that list is HBO Max's Titans season 3. So that went to Netflix
What?
and got 23 million hours of viewers.
Titans season 3 is on
Yeah.
Netflix? I didn't know that.
Isn't that? I thought that was kind of cool,
That's kind of weird.
right? But whatever.
Because
Hey,
HBO
sure.
Max, I would assume they want people to watch it on HBO Max.
And who doesn't have both? And they're waiting for season 3 that long.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. But
You know what? I'm cat out the bag. I still haven't watched season 3 of Titans. I still haven't watched season 3 of Doom Squad, Doom Patrol.
so
And
you're
Doom
behind.
Patrol is one of my favorite shows. So
You're
I'm like,
behind.
yeah, I'm really behind on stuff.
So just to put it in perspective, Cowboy Bebop had 21 million hours in the first 3 days. Squid Game had 63 million hours in the first 3 days. So think about it this way: it doubled Squid Games in the first 3 days of its release.
But hold on.
That's not.
No, what throws me off on that is if Cowboy Bebop got 21.6 million hours in the first 3 days, why did it get canceled?
You gotta remember, there's some cost involved with Bebop.
I guess.
A ton more production and the cost for the IP itself.
Yeah,
There's probably
that's true. It probably is the cost of the IP on that too. Arcane got 34.1 million.
Yeah.
That's I just finished the season finale of that. That
Oh, yeah?
show was
I
really
haven't
good.
finished it yet.
It's so good.
It looks so cool.
It,
Such a cool looking show.
It very much like from the first couple of episodes, I was like, God, this is like all original. There's not very many characters from the game in here. By the end of the season, like almost all the characters who are going to become characters that are ones from the game show up and they're like fully realized versions of themselves.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, oh yeah, I'm like fanboying out. It's like, oh my god, you know, it's like looking at these characters.
That's cool.
And they also mentioned that Riot Games also mentioned that there are characters that appear in the show that are planned future characters in the game.
Now, I really love the look. So we're kind of digressing into Arcane
Mhm.
League of Legends, but does the game look like the show?
Kind of, because it's top down and the
Okay.
characters are very much like sprite based. So it almost looks like
okay.
yeah, it looks a lot more like StarCraft. Right.
Got
So
it.
like that kind of thing, like because it's a mobile strategy game.
Mhm.
But like the characters themselves and the lore and everything like that, it looks very much like that.
Got it. Okay, back to Witcher. Do you want to do a toss a coin for a synopsis?
Synopsis.
Convinced Yennefer's life was lost at the Battle of Sodden, Geralt?
Geralt.
I always get that wrong. Geralt of Rivia brings Princess Syria to the safest place he knows, his childhood home of Kaer Morhen. I should have had you read this.
Kaer Morhen.
That's what I said.
Mhm.
Kaer Morhen. While the continent's kings, elves, humans, and demons strive for supremacy outside of its walls, he must protect the girl from something far more dangerous.
The mysterious power she possesses inside.
Witcher is streaming now on Netflix, and I'm sure Phoenix, you can hit up Phoenix if you want to watch it together. I'm sure she's accounted for like 2 million of those hours.
I'm
watched.
sure Aaron Thick is probably in that ring
He's
too.
in the mix there too.
Yeah, because he is the originator of I Want to Kiss Henry Cavill Softly on the Mouth. He's the man who originated that.
That's true.
And I'm
That
sure
is true.
Bird has watched it 5 million times too.
I know.
There's a scene in the book and in the video games that I
Uh-huh.
know some people have been hoping is gonna happen.
Uh-huh.
It's very graphic, but it involves Jennifer and Geralt and a horse.
Well, I'm just gonna leave that
Nothing
there.
with the horse itself.
Shout out to Mikey Trips, you know. And we're moving on. In more swords news, Disney Television and Wilmer Valderrama are in development of a reimagined Zorro series.
Oh, so we're gonna get Fez as Zorro.
Exactly what we're
All
getting.
right.
So he's set to produce and star as Don Diego de la Vega.
Oh, so he is playing De La Vega.
Yeah.
Okay, dope.
So who's that? A.O. Davis, the president of Disney branded television, said, "We're reimagining the Disney classic as a compelling period piece set in Pueblo de Los Angeles, but told in a very modern telenovela style with richly drawn contemporary characters and relationships set against the action, drama, suspense, and humor of the iconic Zorro."
I didn't know Disney owned the rights to Zorro.
That's what I was thinking too.
I thought Sony had the rights to Zorro. Who made the Mark of Zorro, the one with Antonio Banderas?
I think that was Sony, but this is the thing, like, because like it was like 1919 when it was like first created.
So it's public domain.
Is it? Yeah, exactly. Is it public domain? And maybe they just threw that in there, and they're creating their own version of Zorro.
Oh, Disney does own it. You know why?
Why?
It wasn't Sony. It was 20th Century Fox that owned it,
Oh, that makes sense.
which means Disney owns the rights to it now.
Yeah,
Yeah. So Disney does have the rights to
Zorro.
Zorro.
Interesting.
Okay.
Wilmer
makes sense.
Valderrama. Okay, he's a good-looking dude.
He is he's a good-looking dude, but I don't know.
I didn't know he was Latino, to be honest.
What do you think he was?
I don't know, but Wilmer Valderrama,
Valderrama is a Puerto Rican last name.
is
dude.
it? I didn't know what it was. But
Um,
he's that dude. It's like he could be Latino, he could be Mexican, he could be Filipino, he could be Middle Eastern.
oh, he's hella Latino, dude. Like, if
Is
you ever-
he?
yeah, he speaks fluent Spanish.
Good for him.
You can hear his accent.
Good for him. I don't. He could be Middle Eastern. Does he speak that too?
I don't
Could
think
be
so.
Indian.
He
Look-
doesn't. He doesn't look Indian to me.
Look at the picture. He could, if you say like that dude is
He looks Mexican to me.
really.
Yeah, like hardcore Mexican to
I
me.
see. I look at him and I'm like, yeah, he could pretty much pass for anything.
I
You
guess.
don't think so?
No, I don't
I
think.
think so.
I don't think so.
All right, we got no date when Zorro the series will be swashbuckling onto Disney Plus. Assuming it's Disney Plus.
I am Zorro.
Speaking of Latin-led IP,
Oh yes. Please talk this one. Yes.
so instead of being on HBO Max exclusively,
Mm-hmm.
the new upcoming DC Blue Beetle movie will head straight to theaters in the fall of 2023.
Yes. Okay. I am willing to wait a little bit longer if it means we're gonna get a fully realized theatrical version
Right.
of Jaime Reyes. I'm okay with that.
I think the more they're getting into this and the
Yeah.
more they're working this out, the more they're more confident in
Mhm.
this product.
Yeah.
And they're like, we could bring our own, I'm just going to throw it out there, their own Miles Morales to the big screen.
Well, yeah. I mean, again, Jaime Reyes is a very compelling character.
Right.
Because it's not just the Latino identity that he has. It's a lot more of it is just his relationship with the Scarab and
Yeah.
just him as a character, right? Because like what I hope is they don't overplay the Latino-ness. I want him to be normal
Mm-hmm.
to show people that, you know, because I don't like it when they do that in a lot of medium where they like overly do the fact that this character is Hispanic,
Mm-hmm.
because what happens is it takes away from the normality of him.
Got it.
Right. I want him to be like the average kid, but also happens to identify as Latino.
Like relatable all around, like a suburb kid type
Yeah.
thing.
Like
Yeah.
again, the way that they did Miles Morales, right? And Into the Spider-Verse, right?
Mhm.
Like he is 100% Puerto Rican, right? But the whole thing is like he's a normal kid.
I thought he was mixed.
He's well, I mean, I'm saying he's 100% that he is Puerto Rican.
Okay.
He is mixed. He's half black, half Puerto Rican. But I
Exactly.
mean, like when you see him walking down the street, right? And he's just like, yo, what's up? Saying
Yeah.
everything to everybody. And they go, hey, you gonna talk to your mom? Oh, ya que tú sabes, right? Like just like those small little things showing like I'm a part of my community.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. That's what
I
I want with Jaime Reyes. I don't want Jaime Reyes to be like how, as much as I like the version of him that they did in Young Justice,
Uh-huh.
right? He kind of overdoes it, right? Same thing with like the way I don't like the way they did Bane, right? Because the way they did Bane, he's like, hello, niños. Like, I hate that.
Oh,
I
is it
hate
too
that
much?
so much.
I see what you're saying about Bane.
Yeah.
But I thought Jaime Reyes in Young Justice was super relatable.
Well, like I said,
Like,
they,
from a kid
they
point of
leaned
view.
in a lot to his relationship with the Scarab and the way he is.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But then again, throwing in the Spanglish to show that he's Latino.
Oh,
Right.
I get it.
And that kind of, like I said,
Felt forced.
it feels forced. It feels almost like they're pandering.
Oh, okay.
You
Got
know,
it.
same thing like Bane feels very pandering.
Right.
You know, like it almost feels like it's condescending.
Right.
You know, like again, all you had to do with Bane was just give him the accent, right?
Yeah, that's all. He's
That's-
almost more threatening just by the less he talks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Bane in the comics talks a lot.
Yeah.
Right. That's the thing, is that people thought that he was dumb and didn't say anything. No, he's highly intelligent and he talks a lot.
Yeah.
But the thing is that
But I like that more reserved,
yeah,
version where it's like there's more mystery to him.
yeah,
I like that
my
better.
whole thing, and I feel like with that type of character, it's too playful for him to say something like he did in Young Justice, where he's like, "What are you doing, niños?" Right? Like that feels very childlike and playful. Versus if "What are you children doing?" Right? Like that's
Yeah.
more threatening to me.
Yeah,
That sounds more menacing.
I got you.
You know what I mean? Like for him to just completely speak in English, but he has that Cuban accent.
Right.
You know what I mean?
What the lead actor for Blue Beetle? Just to bring it back.
Holo Maridueña.
Say it again.
Holo Maridueña.
Gotcha. Holo Maradueña from Cobra Kai.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? Miguel.
Miguel.
Miguel on Cobra
Mhm.
Kai. He's super relatable. He's like, when I think of like a Peter Parker type kid.
Yeah.
He is that like Peter Parker type kid.
Oh yeah, he's a good actor. He's
Yeah.
a really good actor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Again, same thing. He is not condescending in
Right.
any way for the way that his character is, right? It's very clear in his backstory that he's
Mhm.
first generation American. His mom doesn't talk condescending like that. Like they're very much American, but identify as Latino at the same time.
Right.
That's what I want in those characters. I felt that again in Cobra Kai. they made it clear that he is Latino, but he's not. They're not pandering to the Latino community,
Right.
and that's what I want. Is because it makes it more relatable when that character is like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like more like, hey, let's just be concerned that he's an awkward kid.
It's just a normal awkward kid.
Yeah.
He's awkward because he's awkward. He's not awkward because he's
Yeah.
a Latino kid.
just like Miguel on Cobra Kai.
Yeah,
That's
that's what I'm
exactly
saying. Well, that's what I'm saying is
Yeah.
that they stuck the landing with that character and
Yeah.
the way that they tell his story. You know, so I love. I know he can play that kind of character.
So you're excited for Blue Beetle?
Oh, I am. And then same thing like Angel Manuel Soda, who's the director of the movie. I'm sure he's not going to be pandering either.
Yeah.
You know, he's going to sit there and say, well, he'll probably feel the same way. Like, yeah, but that's kind of pandering to the community, man. Like, I don't want to pander. I want to tell a good story,
Right.
you know?
I'm down with Blue Beetle. I've
Mhm.
always liked Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
Blue Beetle is flying into theaters August 18th, 2023.
I'm excited.
You're excited.
You can tell, right?
Yeah. And if you can't wait, we got more DC coming to you thanks
Oh,
to James
yes.
Gunn.
Yeah.
James Gunn announced that Peacemaker will be 8 episodes in the miniseries
Yeah, man.
for HBO Max.
I can't wait for this. On my list of movies that I need to buy on any movies is that
Suicide Squad
Suicide Squad,
or the Suicide
the
Squad. I should-
Suicide Squad, because it's on there now. So
Yeah.
I want to get that.
Yeah, that was a fun movie.
Oh, so good.
Oh yeah, so it's out. It was in 30 days because they
Mhm.
have that window, right? So
Yeah.
HBO Max has a window, like Matrix right now. The 30-day window just started, and then
Mhm.
it comes off HBO Max,
Right.
and it kind of just depends on the movie.
Yeah.
Of when it will come back or if it comes back.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Very cool. Very cool. So, Peacemaker will be 8 episodes, and when it drops, the first 3 episodes
Ooh.
will be available.
Oh man.
So total binge worthy.
I'm probably you know what's funny is these other shows that I need to watch. I need
Uh-huh.
to watch these. Probably gonna watch this day one.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like how Hawkeye is one of those shows that I have to watch when it comes out.
Right.
Which even then I've been like 2 or 3 days behind on some of my things. I watched the finale today like I should have, but
uh-huh.
because of work, it gets hard for me to like sit there and find time to watch it. So
Yeah.
today I got home early from work. So I was like, okay, well, let me watch the stuff I need to watch for tonight.
Well, you just got to make sure you tell your boss ahead of time, like, I'm going to get the poops in the morning because I got 3 hours of Peacemaker to watch when it comes out. So January, whatever. Okay. So January 13th, young Phil will get the poops because Peacemaker is coming out on HBO Max.
Justice, the Peacemaker will serve justice starting January 13th.
There you go. HBO Max is kind of hot right now. We got The Matrix. We got Curb season 11. We got Peacemaker coming. They just dropped a new 2022 promo reel, like a sizzle reel
Okay.
of all the different shows coming, and I'm super psyched.
Oh, yeah.
I'm super psyched for all the stuff coming to HBO Max.
So what do we got, man?
We got the Game of Thrones spinoff, House of the Dragon.
House of the Dragon, yeah.
We just talked about Peacemaker. Westworld season 4 is
Oh,
coming.
so they are making the season 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, see, they left season 3 in a position where it could have ended on that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm actually surprised that they're making season 4.
Yeah. It just keeps expanding.
Mm-hmm.
Barry season 3,
Mm-hmm.
and then this is the one I was super excited for. Gremlins: Secrets of the Mogwai.
Finally, you know what's funny?
What's that?
We reported on this on the very first episode,
I kind as soon as you said that, I'm like, I know what he's gonna say.
which is more than a year old at this point.
right.
Yeah.
And so we're starting to get like the picture. I pulled a picture of it and put
Mhm.
in our little notes here. There you go.
Oh my God, he's adorable.
I know, right? Little Mogwai, little Gizmo.
Gizmo, I dare say he's cuter in this than he is in the actual movie.
Right.
Because Gizmo is cute. I don't
Right.
care what as much of a horror movie as Gremlins is.
Yeah.
Gizmo is freaking adorable.
And that's the juxtaposition, right?
Mhm.
How cute he is versus like how nasty looking Stripe and all the other Gremlins look.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
what do we say? Gremlins, flight attendant, that Kaylee Cuoco.
Kelly Cuoco. Yeah.
Yeah, so that series is
I think
coming.
Jackie watched that one,
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Euphoria is coming back. That's the Zendaya show.
which got like every award.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And then the Harry Potter reunion is coming out, I think, January 1st.
Is that January 1st? I'm excited for that. Actually, Melissa, who was in the chat, we were talking about that today. We were talking
really?
about Harry Potter. That's kind of where the nerd conversation started at,
Mhm.
was because she was mentioning that her daughter really likes Harry Potter.
Right?
And I was just like, hey, have you watched the Contest of Houses? Or I'm trying to remember what the show is actually called.
I think it's something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was just like, I've watched the first 2 episodes. It's really good.
Chemo, my son, he's 6 years old, super into Harry Potter. We're like, just watch the first. Just watch the first one and
Mhm.
see if you like it. And now he's like binging it all. Like I wake up
Good.
and he's like just watching like Order of the Phoenix.
Oh wow.
You know, I'm like, Jesus, what? He's like, I'm just watching Harry Potter, Dad. So he's all up in it.
I
Like,
love it. Has he figured out what house he likes yet?
he did the quiz online.
Uh-huh.
And he's very proud of it. And it's like, I just have to accept him for who he is. He's proud to be of House Hufflepuff.
He's a Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
I'm a Ravenclaw.
And he was like, I'm a Hufflepuff.
Yeah,
Dad.
I'm a
like,
Ravenclaw,
all right,
dude.
good for you, bro.
Yeah,
Good-
Melissa
good
was
for you.
saying that she's Slytherin. Her
Uh-huh.
daughter is Gryffindor.
That's interesting.
But I'm I'm a Ravenclaw.
That's cool. Hey,
Yeah.
to each his own.
Yeah.
Each his own.
But then and I was telling him about the reunion special that's coming. So I didn't know it was January 1st. But
Yeah, right
that's-
around the corner.
I'm ready to watch that. The trailers they've been putting out have been pretty pretty.
Speaking of, that's a trailer that's in the Distance Nerdington Post.
Yeah.
So make sure you jump on Facebook and get into the Distance Nerdington Post Facebook group. What else? Oh, there's a bunch of stuff coming. I mean, those are kind of the highlights, but I'm going to rattle through some of these other shows that are coming. The Gilded Age, Time Traveler's Wife.
They're doing a show on Time Traveler's Wife.
Uh-huh. The
Okay.
Watergate series, The White House Plumbers.
That's pretty funny.
There's a crime drama called We Own the City.
Okay.
The Righteous Gemstones, which is hilarious.
Yeah, that's a good show.
Season 2 is coming. Gossip Girl.
Okay.
I didn't even know this, but Pretty Little Liars is having a spin-off series called Original Sin.
Okay.
So Pretty Little Liars was like an ABC / pre or freeform,
Mm-hmm.
like young adult, like mystery. Jenny, my wife, got super into it.
What's the one that Kevin Smith was into?
I don't remember now.
It was there was there's 2 shows that had the name like Little Liars in it.
It might have been Pretty Little Liars.
Yeah, and he was into one of them.
It might be that one because it's a total like young adult
Yeah,
series
and he's
type
into
thing.
stuff like that.
Mystery series.
Yeah,
What's that one that was on HBO? The Big Lies or something like that. Big Little Lies or something.
that's the one. Oh no, I think that's the one that he was into.
Yeah, might have been.
that's
that
what I
one.
was saying. It's like there's Pretty Little Liars and then Big Little Lies or something like that, and they were on at the same time.
Yeah.
Which made it like difficult. Like, are you watching Pretty Little Liars? Oh wait, no, wait, Big Little Lies. What? I don't know which one you're talking about.
Exactly. And then there's also going to be a Julia Child project called Julia, which I think is like a biopic.
Like a biopic.
Yeah.
Okay. That'd be kind of cool.
I'm down.
Absolutely.
So I mean, all these have different dates. I
Mhm.
mean, we know the Harry Potter reunion is going to be January 1st,
Mhm.
and Peacemaker is January 13th. But be on the lookout because all of those things are coming out
For 2022.
2022.
I'm excited for this year, man. This actually makes me happy to have an HBO Max subscription.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of more HBO Max, holy more Michael Keaton Batman.
I can take more Michael Keaton as Batman.
Batman.
I'm with it.
So Warner Brothers released an official 2022 movie preview kit featuring like upcoming cast lists and all that stuff for like HBO Max.
Mhm. Some synopsises.
Synopsis eyes, including Batgirl,
Okay.
which is staying on HBO Max.
Okay.
So HBO Max is getting a movie.
No, I'm putting 2 and 2 together right now because from what I've already heard of Batgirl, and since it's Michael Keaton news, that seems a little strange for me.
So they released the cast list for Batgirl,
Mhm.
and they put Michael Keaton on it.
Okay.
So everybody's like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah.
And I forgot her name, Leslie Grace,
Mm-hmm.
who's playing Batgirl.
Mhm.
She like tweeted about it. She's like super excited. Michael Keaton's joining the project or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a fish. He's gonna be in the Flash movie as his '89 version of Batman, but he's also coming into Batgirl
Oh,
somehow.
looking at other stuff on here too. J.K. Simmons is on the cast list
Yeah.
for this too.
He's playing Gordon.
That's okay. This is interesting because the girl who's playing Batgirl is black.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously, it's not out of the realm for him to marry a black woman.
Yeah.
And you know, for
Oh,
for Barbara
Being the
Gordon,
daughter of
right? So for Barbara
James
Gordon
Gordon,
Senior to actually be black, which I'm okay with.
Yeah.
I'm okay with all that. I just because I thought that they were going to go with the not the J.K. Simmons version of Commissioner Gordon,
but
but
the Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey Wright, because I
Yeah.
feel like that probably would have made more sense.
Well, he
but
is still playing Gordon, but
Right.
in a completely different show.
I think that is a little telling because that means that this version of the show is probably
Mhm.
going to be a lot more intense and a lot more comic booky
Mm-hmm.
versus the realistic version that Jeffrey Wright is playing.
Yeah.
So it actually does make me a little more excited for
Yeah.
it because that means I'm going to get that comic book version of Barbara Gordon.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I see
Mhm.
what you're saying. Yeah, the Jeffrey Wright version could be very like dark
Yeah.
and ominous.
Yeah,
You know,
because
that
it
sort of
seems like
thing.
they're trying to ground it in realism,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like even more so than the Nolan stuff,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's like, and I mean, there's like almost like a horror element to it.
Mm-hmm.
But like knowing that Keaton's going to be in it and J.K. Simmons is going to be in it, which that gets weird too because that's like a mashup of two different universes.
So remember, it might have been a couple months ago, but we were talking about rumors,
mm-hmm,
and the directors Adil El Arbi and Bilal Fallah,
mm-hmm.
they were talking about the movie, and they said, "Is Batman going to be in it?" And they kind of laughed, and they said, "Yeah, we're going to have Batman in it, but the real one." And now Michael
Which is
Keaton,
Keaton,
and
yeah.
now Michael Keaton is, adding to the cast list.
Which a lot of people consider Keaton as the real
Yeah.
Batman, which but I mean like in this universe that they're playing out, right?
Mhm.
With if it's J.K. Simmons as Commissioner Gordon, you would think it'd be Batfleck.
Yeah,
Because Batfleck is a good Batman, especially
Yeah.
after the Justice League, the new Justice League came in.
right.
What up, Tyler?
Tyler's in the mix too. Did I just hear him say, "Hey guys"?
Probably.
That's funny.
He's probably watching on his phone on the side right now.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Just come knock on the window, do something.
Yeah, I know, right? Just come in. I'm forgetting the TV show right now.
Like the one with Tim
Yeah, Tim Taylor,
Tim Allen.
when he like the
Oh,
Yeah.
when he comes
Oh,
over the fence.
when he comes over the fence.
Yeah, that's funny. All right, again. So
and then Brendan Fraser. That's right. And he's supposed to be playing Firefly.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton in the Batgirl. So we'll see what happens. So no date when the Batgirl will get nuts
You want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
on HBO Max in 2022. Look, you knew exactly what I was writing.
Oh,
in,
yeah,
in the notes.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Was it? You want to dance in the moonlight by the pale moonlight?
Yeah.
What is the joke?
You want to dance with the devil by the pale moonlight.
That's what it was. You want to dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, in more world colliding news, maybe universe colliding news, Marvel, and there's some spoilers, but it's separate spoilers. Marvel has officially released the first trailer and poster for the Doctor Strange sequel, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Right.
I always thought it was Doctor Strange and the Multiverse, but it's
No,
Doctor
it's in the
Strange
Multiverse of Madness.
in the Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you saw the trailer yet,
Yes.
but the poster.
Well,
Is-
I saw Spider-Man, and
Yeah.
the post credit scene is the trailer for Multiverse of Madness.
One of them.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, well, I'm gonna say being the one at the end.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The final post.
The final
scene. Yeah.
post credit scene. Yeah.
So we got a poster and a trailer, and it's super exciting.
Yeah.
And they gave a lot more out than I expected for like being the first trailer.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
There's
this
a
is
lot involved, man. And I mean, you can see again them saying that this is going to be the first true horror movie in Marvel.
Yeah.
You can see the elements of it. You can see just how creepy it is in the trailer.
So make sure you go out and watch the trailer, but
Mhm.
make sure you go check out the poster as well.
Yeah, that poster's pretty dope.
And it's super cool. And we're talking about the Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
And it's really 5 characters on this poster. in kind of like the way Marvel's kind of done this, where it's
Yeah.
almost like reflections of different characters
Mhm.
before, but like 3 of the 5 are Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
And
Guys.
and then the other 2 are Scarlet Witch.
Yeah. Guys, if you haven't watched What If is canon. And if you're not understand when you go watch this trailer, if you're not understanding what's happening in the trailer, go watch What If. Because literally stuff in this cartoon shows up in the trailer for this
Yeah.
movie. So you have to go and watch this because there's specifically 2 episodes of What If that explain what's happening in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Now the other thing in there too is, remember how I was talking about they're going to show Shuma Gorath in the trailer when it happens?
Yes.
They showed Shuma Gorath in the trailer.
And you know what?
And right now the rumors are that Marvel technically doesn't own the rights to Shuma Gorath because he's also a Conan the Barbarian character.
Oh, really?
So he's not in the credits. His name is not Shuma Gorath. They're going by Gargantua,
Oh,
which is another
interesting.
name that he goes by.
That makes sense.
But
That makes
because
sense.
yeah, Shuma Gorath is also a Conan the Barbarian character who is, I think, Universal has the rights to that right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But
But
is it the same like big?
it's the same
tentacle?
character. It's the same character.
Why does it? I'm freaked out. That's weird.
If a lot of times Marvel will do that, they'll change the name of the character
Uh-huh.
because then technically it's not the same character.
Well, did Marvel have Conan? Conan?
In the comics, Marvel has Conan the Barbarian.
In the comics, Marvel has Conan.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying
And
to get
because Shuma Gorath was a character in a crossover event for Conan the Barbarian,
to. Uh-huh.
technically he's also a Conan the Barbarian character.
Right.
And it's funny because they're trying, like they're basically saying, oh, Shuma Gorath is a Conan character, so we have the rights to it. Well,
Give us
he's
money.
more of a Doctor Strange character than he is a Conan the Barbarian character.
Yeah.
But he also is like a mainline god that Conan fights. So that's kind of why.
I mean, it's pretty much the same thing that went back to before Disney bought Fox, and like, where do Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver land?
That's exactly where I was going to go.
Because they're
with it.
mutants,
Right.
but really they're Avengers, but they're not mutants, but they are
Right.
mutants. And like, where do you
Yeah,
land?
Scarlet
those
Witch is a
characters?
huge character in the Marvel universe, but
Yeah.
she just because she happens to be the daughter of Magneto,
Mhm.
that's where they were like, well, she's a mutant,
Exactly.
right? So she belongs to Marvel to Fox because of that.
Right.
It's like, well, I mean, she's a much larger character than that. Like she is a Omega level character in the Marvel universe, but I guess Phoenix is the same way too.
Yeah.
The Phoenix is an Omega level character,
Yeah.
and I mean, there's a couple of Omega level characters in the X-Men universe.
Oh, there's a lot of that Omega level.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to Doctor Strange.
Mhm.
This was one of the coolest trailers I've seen. And they gave away a lot, but you still don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And I love how they give a little bit of interaction between Doctor Strange and Wanda, Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Just that little bit made the story so much more interesting. It's not just them fighting each other,
Yeah,
it's like there's something else happening.
absolutely.
And that was so interesting to me. Like, he needs her help.
It almost seems at first like he's like acknowledging that she's there, but at the same time, it's like, I mean, she's here, but like she seems like she plays a much bigger role.
Yeah.
Then he seems like he's kind of shrugging her off, not real. And I think a lot of it also probably has to do with like him not realizing how powerful she really is.
Right.
Like kind of us underestimating her kind of thing.
Well, think about it, going back to the snap, right? Like, they were completely separated from each other.
Yeah.
They didn't know who each other were.
I like that they mentioned that he was gone for 5 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then the snap happens, and then WandaVision happens.
Yeah.
So and then everything that happens in Spider-Man happens and all
Right.
that business. So it's a little crazy, but it's nice that they're putting those two like huge magic wielders together. So it's awesome. Dude,
Absolutely.
I'm super excited for this.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be cool, man.
Do you think here's a question. Is this the Stephen Strange from What If? Do you think there's a chance that it's a different Stephen Strange?
No, it's gonna be Dark Strange.
Okay.
It's I called him Dark Strange, but it's actually Ultimate Doctor Strange
Mhm.
because he is like the all powerful version of Doctor Strange. Where again he basically manipulates the universe, you know,
Right.
and because he absorbs demon power,
Right.
you know. So I mean, like it's gonna be that version of Strange. I mean, you
Yeah.
can tell looking at him, it's that version of Strange. He's got like, you know, like the deep circles under his eyes. He's the pale complexion. His beard's a little bit different, you know, or his goatee's a little bit different. It's definitely that version of Doctor Strange.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Obviously, that's what you think it is. I was
Mhm.
just wondering if you thought if there was any other version of Doctor Strange, because literally, not giving away any spoilers, there's 3 Doctor Strange images on the poster.
Yeah,
It makes me wonder, like, is there a third coming?
it could be,
I'm like so interested in
especially
this in this
if
trailer.
he's going through the multiverse. I mean, it's super easy for it to be another version of Steven.
Right. Okay. We're also getting Benedict Wong.
Mhm.
Say his name for me.
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
There you go. Rachel McAdams. Who else is coming? Carl Mordew.
Well, no, so Chiwetel Ejiofor plays Carl Mordo.
Yeah. that's
And Benedict Wong plays Wong.
Yeah. Wong. Carl
Rachel
Mordew.
McAdams plays Christine Palmer.
There we go.
And then Hochio Gomez is coming in as America Chavez.
There we go.
Mhm.
I got mixed up in my sentence.
XO. Anytime you see that in Spanish names, XO is always with the J sound.
It's not a Z sound.
No, Hochio.
Oh, is it?
Mhm.
Interesting. I always thought it was a Z sound.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. Dude, I'm super excited. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness will be magic swirl portaling its way into theaters May 6th, 2022.
A lot of magic spore portals happening.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what happens, right?
Spoiler
So what, we're like 6 months away?
about that.
That's not bad.
Hey, and you know what's fun about that whole thing right there is Raider Ray might come up for that one.
I know he said that
Yeah.
in on the Facebook post.
Yeah.
I'm down with that.
Oh my God. Look who's in the chat right now.
Whoa!
Johnny,
Oh my
Johnny-
goodness!
the Titan himself, the Norwegian Titan.
Yeah,
It's our boy from Norway.
all the way from Norway, jumping into the chat. What's up, Johnny? Are you joining us from a hospital bed in Norway? What's happening?
Yeah, man. How you feeling, bro?
I hope he's okay.
He said he was doing fine.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
He looks good.
Yeah.
As long as his ankles aren't broken, he's fine.
Yeah.
He'll be fine.
I'm alive and kicking from the hospital.
See?
If anything, the experience that he just went through is strengthening his ankles.
Exactly.
So there is no broken ankles going on here.
Glad you're doing well, my friend.
Yeah,
That
man.
is good.
It's good to see you, man.
I know. Jeez.
What
me.
time is it? Like 5 a.m. over there?
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's like 16 hours ahead in
Yeah.
Norway.
What time is it in Norway right now, man?
What kind of? Do they have Wi-Fi in the Norwegian hospitals?
I'm 1,000,000% sure they do
Right.
because their hospitals are better than ours.
I know.
We're not going to get
exactly.
into that though.
They got really good Wi-Fi. They're like, play video games,
They've got really good everything.
download stuff, go for it.
Yeah, I'm
we
sure.
don't care. Jeez,
That's intense.
good to see you, Johnny.
Hell yeah, man. I love seeing you, Johnny.
All right, I was gonna put this one in the rumor section,
Mm-hmm.
but because it's like confirmed.
Are they doing another? Okay, yeah. Talk this.
So there's a new Ghostbusters video game, and it was seemingly confirmed by
Jesus, he said it's 6 a.m. over there.
Ernie Hudson. Well, thanks for joining us. Enjoy your Norwegian breakfast and the live stream. It's perfect.
Is that like fish and cheese?
Do they have cheese there?
Oh, they're famous for cheese. Norwegians love cheese.
Really?
Yes.
Confirm that, Johnny.
I learned that from Johnny.
I need some cheese recommendations.
I learned that from Johnny and Sunny.
Right?
Yeah, because Sunny was telling me about how much they love cheese down there.
It's up there.
Up
isn't it?
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. They're north and on the other side of the earth of us. All right, let's go ahead and
All
keep
right.
going here.
Oh, so Ernie Hudson confirmed that there's a new Ghostbusters video game coming. So he was like at a fan thing, like
Yeah.
Fan Fest San Antonio,
Okay.
and somebody asked him, like about a video game that didn't come out or something like that, and he was like, "Oh yeah, there's another video game coming." He's like, "I just got an email. We're doing another video game, so we're scheduling out when to do recordings. I'm not sure who's going to be in it. I know it's going to be me and Dan Aykroyd, and maybe Bill Murray." So he just like
Well, I mean,
threw
'cause they-
everything out there.
But they did their voices in the last video game, and the last video game just got remastered, and it's awesome, man.
Yeah.
It's so good. I don't know if you knew this, right? I think I've mentioned it before, but
What?
the Ghostbusters video game, they made that from the script of the third movie that never got made.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so the Ghostbusters video game was literally the script that Dan Aykroyd and what's his name? The one that passed away.
Ivan Reitman.
No, not Ivan Reitman.
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah.
You're doing it to me.
I'm doing it to you. I do this all the time. Whenever I need to know something, I forget.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Jarlsberg cheese is a great cheese.
which we can get that here.
I know, but that's
I
like
saw
a
it at
common,
Safeway.
That's like a common cheese. See, it's at Safeway.
Well, in the artisanal cheese section.
Oh, the artisanal.
Yeah, I walked by it and saw it, and I was like, "Oh, Jarlsberg. I
I'm
might
just
have to
saying,
get that."
like if it's in the Nugget grocery store special cheese case, then maybe
You know it's gonna be in there, dude. Come on.
Yeah, I've heard of Jarlsberg cheese.
Mhm.
I'm down. All right, okay, I got it. I'll put it into my charcuterie board. I
Yeah.
got you.
But
I
yeah,
got you, Johnny.
originally it was supposed to be the script from the third movie they ended up making into a video game. So the Ghostbusters video game is the script from the third movie that never got made.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's
so
a fun little Easter egg. Look at you go.
Yeah, I know. I really, because that game was really good. I hope that this game that they're working on is a continuation of that.
Right. But we have no idea, and like there's no other information on this game. So no date on when the new Ghostbusters video game will see new Afterlife on consoles. I don't know if that was the wrong one to choose.
There you go.
That's a lot of laughing. A lot of laughing. It's still going. Okay, are we done? We're done. Okay. Now another one. We can cut all this out. We can cut it all out.
Oh, yeah.
We'll clean it up in post.
No, we won't.
production.
I'm leaving all that in.
And in thank you for being my friend news,
Yes, the best kind of news.
Hulu is celebrating Betty White's 100th birthday by adding the Golden Girls spin-off to the streaming service in January.
Yeah, I knew about this already.
Oh, look at you. Look at me. I
Um,
know everything Golden Girls.
So they're adding it to Hulu on January 10th. And Betty White's birthday is on January 17th.
Got it.
Mhm.
So this explain what it's called Golden Palace,
Yeah.
which
so-
sounds dirty, but just tell me what this is about.
It's not dirty. So what happened was B. Arthur left the show. And at the end of Golden Girls, she gets married to
Leslie Nielsen.
Leslie Nielsen. She gets married to
I remember
Blanche's
that.
uncle,
Yeah.
right? And so that was their reasoning for writing her off. So what ends up happening is Rose and Blanche and Sophia end up opening a hotel in Miami, and they move to the hotel, and the show is about them running to this hotel or running this hotel called the Golden Palace.
Sounds amazing.
Now, this also marks one of the, well, it's not the debut, but it's one of the early shows that War Machine, who plays War Machine?
War Machine.
Yeah,
Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle. Don Cheadle was in that show.
Don Cheadle's in this show.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
all
actually
right.
him in that picture we have up right there.
Oh, I didn't even like. I just put all the news together. Oh yeah, and
And Cheech Marin.
how come I have never heard of the show? Don Cheadle and Cheech Marin were in Golden Palace.
It only went for 2 seasons, I think.
Oh, my
and it was
goodness.
one of those shows that like it has a cult following, but it wasn't all that. Like they didn't really market it and follow it too much when it was actually on the air.
Mhm.
But I mean, there's a couple of things that happen that are very ahead of its time on that show.
Got it. Got it.
You know.
Speaking of, thank you for being a friend news and being the holiday special. Merry Christmas.
Oh God, I hate you.
Got a little Christmas present for young Phil.
I hate you because I don't have your present yet, and it's like, God damn it, you always make me look bad. It's heavy. Why? James,
That's my job.
I
you know?
both hate and love you at the same time.
I want to like sing the song like thank you for being my friend.
Did you buy me like 73 shirts? What the hell is?
Just open it up. You got to
I
do it on
am.
talk through it.
Okay,
rid of the packaging.
There's a lot of
The
paper here.
I know on mic is not great. Do it for the stream.
All right. Ugh.
It's probably more for Jackie than it is you,
It's very Golden Girls. I can
but
already see it.
it's very much
Is
young
this a
Phil.
bed sheet?
It's one.
Is this a blanket?
Yeah, it's a blanket.
It's fucking awesome.
It's a Golden Girls blanket. It's to keep your tootsies warm when Aaron Thick's not under the table.
Jackie!
Show the camera. It's sideways. You're showing it sideways. There we go. Get in close on one of those.
Got us.
This is to keep your little tootsies warm while you're watching
It's a
TV.
Golden Girls blanket.
I couldn't find an Unsolved Mysteries one, so here's a Golden Girls
All right,
blanket.
let's put this on the camera. So it's got the girls on there in pink. Turn it around. It's in green.
It's not obnoxious at all. Not obnoxious. The pink and the frills and the green. Oh yeah, Jackie's gonna love it.
Obnoxious.
Look at her face.
I'm
She
probably
loves
gonna wear that as a cape with
I
my
would
costume.
say it's very roses.
exactly.
Very. You would find this. Which Golden Girls would you find this?
We should probably use that as a trivia question.
Right? It's like pink on one side, green on the other, and like a pattern of the
It's super
all four
frilly.
women.
Definitely, you would find this on roses.
Look at the frills too.
Oh my God! You
goodness.
just gave me ideas,
the
James.
frills.
I'm using that as a tapestry on yeah. Where did you find that?
And thanks, Jenny. Shout out to Jenny. She finds all the crazy stuff. She was just like middle of the night scrolling through I don't know what, and she's just like, "Hey, doesn't Phil like Golden Girls?" I'm like, "Yeah, why?" And she just shows that to me. I'm like, "Yes,
We're
do it.
that.
All the money, all the money."
Yeah. Can she get us a photographer and a florist for the wedding?
Sure, we can find somebody. We got people. We'll figure it out.
Thank you.
Thank you for being my friend.
That's awesome.
And that's how you end the news.
Oh man,
Golden Girls blankets.
sir.
Dude, oh, we're linking. We're linking
It's
hands.
not on camera. There you go.
Ooh,
Just let everybody know. There's love here.
there is love.
There's love here. I owe
and
you so
and
much.
the smell
man.
of Golden Girls.
Yeah. Golden Girl smells like absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Salt on fingers.
Yep.
Body salt. That's yeah. Anyways,
I thought you'd like that. That was good.
I do. That's pretty funny, man. So before we jump into the rumors.
And I only got one.
Okay.
There's only one. So we can just dive into it.
Yeah, actually, do you want to do the rumor and we'll do this?
Let's do
after?
it.
All right, let's do the rumors. Let's go. Starting rumors. That's all you're getting for the song.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I'm not getting sued over that.
So this rumor is more like confirmation from a past rumor.
Oh.
So I think it was last week. So we talked about Barry Keoghan, who
Mhm,
played Druig in Eternals,
mhm.
that he was being cast as
As the Joker.
well, yeah, Officer Stanley Merkel for the new Batman movie,
Mhm.
right? But he wasn't on the cast list, even though everybody was saying that he was in it,
Mhm.
right? Now he's like confirmed in the movie. So last week we were talking about Warner Brothers having two versions of the movies, and they were debating on which version to choose.
Mhm.
And the keynote was that Barry Keoghan wasn't on the cast list
Mhm.
yet. And by the way, so the whole rumor was like he was going to be playing the Joker or like an early version of the Joker.
And they're probably like, "Oh shit, we forgot to put him on the cast."
Yeah. And now all of a sudden, like there's this rumor, 2 different versions. Now we're getting closer. He's on the cast list.
Nice.
So we may be narrowing down which version we're going to get of the Batman, the
Yeah.
Pattinson Batman.
Yeah. I honestly think he's just gonna be Merkel.
Yeah.
He's not gonna be anything like super crazy. Is it? Everybody thinks he's gonna be the Joker. I don't think they're gonna do that.
You think it's just going to be Merkel?
Yeah. Part of the reason is because they have been making they've been trying to make it clear that they're trying to go as comic book accurate with this as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I don't think that they're going to turn Merkel into the Joker.
Right.
It doesn't seem like something that they would do, considering that they're trying to go by Long Halloween.
But do you think it's a setup? Do you think it's a setup for something in the future?
I
It goes
don't-
back to the question of like, are we going to have the Joker in the Pattinson version of Batman?
I think eventually you might, but I don't think it's going to be him. I mean, Merkel's a pretty big enough character on his own. I don't think they're going to turn him into the Joker.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
So let me put this taco out there. Taco's on the table.
Mhm.
Does Keegan become the Joker?
No.
No?
No.
My tacos are on the table that he becomes the Joker.
I don't
How
think he
about
becomes
that?
the Joker.
I'm going to eat your tacos. And
Sure,
they're going to be
by all
very
means.
delicious.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
And I'm not going to spill it on your Golden Girls blanket.
You better not. If there's any taco sauce on my Golden Girls blanket, I will murder you.
Yeah, and I'll blame you because is that going to leave your couch? Is it going to leave your body? That blanket?
That blanket is probably going to sit on the couch with me for all eternity.
Just when you're gaming. I just want to, like, if you
Oh
could
my
just-
God.
whenever you're
that's such a
streaming,
good idea.
can you just like have a corner of it just sticking out?
I'm
That's
just
all I
gonna, I'm
want.
just gonna be like covered in it.
You be you. You do what you want, but I just want to see that blanket.
I'm
like,
gonna
in the-
use that as a temporary tapestry when we do Capitola Collecticon.
There you go. I just want to see Rose sticking out, you know?
Yeah.
Or Blanche, you know? I'll let you pick.
Well, I mean,
somebody.
it's all 4 of them together.
That's what I'm saying.
So that being said, before we jump into these recommendations, Bird gave us a gift.
Oh,
Now there's 2 of these
Look
little
it.
things in here. She said we have to open them at the same time.
do we have to wait a year? Like we did with her other gifts?
I know, right? Which I'm upset about because those socks are pretty badass. But
Phoenix said you're going to carry around the Golden Girls blanket like Linus from the Peanuts.
absolutely will.
That'd be funny.
100%. So she said we need to open these at the same time. It looks like yep, they're labeled. So James and Phil.
James.
So that way
Okay.
everybody can see right there. It's got my name on it. And yeah, Bird wanted us to open this on stream so that she can see our reactions.
It's going to be like filled with glitter and just like explode in our faces.
Bird, if it's a glitter bomb, we are no longer friends.
If anybody ever does that, I'll be super angry.
We will no longer be friends if it's a glitter bomb. I didn't want to rip this, but it's not cooperating.
I'm ripping it now.
Yeah.
Too late. I'm into it. I'm done and I'm throwing it.
All right. So I got this little thing right here.
It's a gift card box.
Wah, wah,
It's a gift card box.
wah, wah.
If it's a gift card, do you think mine has more on the card than yours?
I mean, you're the money.
I mean,
dude,
I've
so
known her for 20 years. I'm just saying that.
should.
And I'm unwrapping, and it's a keychain. Look at that. And we're all wondering what's going on with, like, we have a keychain. That's awesome. That's cool.
It's a soundbite.
Yeah.
Um,
Look at that. Look at that.
I wonder if this is the soundbite from our first episode.
I could be.
That
Oh
would
my
be so
goodness.
cool.
I'm trying to take a picture of it or something.
There's something with this. I know that there's like a website or something that you can go to where you can put that in there
Yeah.
and it'll play whatever it is that.
Yeah, I think it's something like where you kind of like a QR code,
Yeah, I just tried it on my camera. It doesn't work.
but it's something like that where it's like it'll read it.
Is it Spotify? Oh yeah, that's the Spotify symbol. Okay.
So can you like go to Spotify?
I don't have Spotify Premium, so this might not work for me.
I don't know either. Does Spotify even like?
Okay, so there's a camera right there. Yep, scan code.
There's a camera in Spotify. Where?
Point your camera at your Spotify code.
Where are you looking? It works.
I love
It works.
it.
Can you share with the rest of us,
Oh my god!
especially me?
Look on the screen. Look what that is.
Oh my goodness.
It's the theme song for Starting Rumors that I
Oh,
did not play right now.
Oh, that's great.
Hold on. I gotta play it.
Crazy.
It's a radio station that's got
Yeah,
a
the
couple things
Rumors
on there.
radio station.
Because
I'm
I
gonna
don't
favorite it.
well no
I like it.
because I don't have Spotify.
Yeah.
It randomizes it for me, but it looks like if you because you have Spotify Premium, right?
I don't. But
okay.
I know where you're going.
I think because
Like
the
you
first thing
scan it.
on there is Rumors by Jake Miller.
That's so great.
I need to text her right now and tell her how much I love her.
What up, Gar?
Yeah.
Jumped into the chat. We are all over the place. We got Phoenix coming in from Westsack. We got Johnny.
Look what Johnny said. He says, I love the Star Wars sweaters. Yes, sir. Our Star Wars sweaters are awesome. Shout out to Bird and everyone else in Sacramento. Thank you all for best wishes on Instagram. This truly made my day. Johnny, we love you, dude. You guys gave us so much life for the longest time.
Right.
So, man, I've
And
got
we
your
were
back for
worried
life,
about
man.
your life.
Oh, we really were.
Good Lord.
So for people who are wondering, because we've mentioned it a couple times, Johnny was in an accident recently. So
Yeah.
thankfully he's doing okay. But yeah, dude, Johnny, we love you, man.
It was the most terrifying selfies ever
Oh
from a
my
hospital
God.
bed. But shout out to Norway. Shout out to West Sacramento. Shout out to Gar. Where you at again? Are you in Virginia? I think you're in Virginia or something.
Yeah.
What up, Gar? Where are we going now? So we did Rumors. Are we gonna do Don't Cross the Streams?
I think it's time to do Don't Cross the Streams. We're almost two hours in.
Okay, let's get through it.
Okay.
We got a ton of stuff to talk about. I was hoping Bird was gonna be on.
Yeah.
Because she has some specific stuff to talk about, but I'm just gonna go through like what I recommend.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
might steal some of hers, but that's fine.
That's fine. I mean, we can always try and see if she can come on the next episode.
Yeah.
Because next week will be the last episode of the year, right?
Yes. Math.
29th.
Wow.
So yeah. I think it's the 29th.
I think you're right.
Let me confirm here today. Yep. So next week will be the last episode of the year. On the 29th.
All right, let's ping pong these. Don't cross the streams.
Okay.
So like,
let's-
if you're home, it's the holiday season,
Mhm,
and you finished Matrix and The Witcher
mhm.
and some of the ones we recommended. I think we recommended The Witcher last week.
There's
right?
actually a recommendation on here that I talked about earlier. So I'll kind of start it off with that.
Oh, you want to go? Go.
And it's Arcane, League of Legends.
Thank you. Which Phoenix also recommended, right?
Mhm, so Phoenix recommended it as well.
We've been talking about it a little bit.
We've got a synopsis. Amidst the escalating unrest between the advanced utopian city of Piltover and the squalid, repressed undercity of Zaun, sisters Vi and Jinx find themselves on opposing sides of a war over twisted ideologies and arcane technology.
Why you should watch one? I'll give you this one. You can
Okay.
go with the rest. It is a beautiful
Oh, yeah.
looking animated series.
The artwork is gorgeous. There's always a lot of kind of like a lot of people don't like when they do the cross between animate like 2D animation with 3D kind of like
Yeah.
modeling and all that.
It almost looks like rotoscoping.
Right, but they pulled it off
Yeah.
really
Yes.
well because the
Yes.
2D animation is it seems very 2D, but it seems like it's in a 3D world and everything like that, and it's cell shaded, so it's like it looks really cool. You get a lot. I mean, if you are a fan of League of Legends, if you played the game at all, or if you've ever watched any league tournaments or anything like that, if you're into esports, Arcane is a really good origin story for a lot of these characters and kind of the relationships with these characters. There's a lot of characters from the lore that are in there that we've never gotten to see in the games. And it kind of goes from like you see these characters grow and become the characters they are in the tournament. And it's
that makes
so
sense.
cool, man. Like, you know, you like one of my things, one of the main characters is this guy Jace, right? And Jace is the main is a character in the games and everything like that. But like you see him as a scientist, and the penultimate episode, so the episode before the finale, you finally see him in action, right?
Uh-huh.
And he busts out the giant hammer that he uses, and I'm like, oh, that's so badass. You know, or like you see Vi gets the cybernetic fists that she has and stuff
Right.
like that. Jinx has like all of her weapons and everything like that. The only person you don't really see in action is Heimerdinger, who's like he's yeah, I know his name's kind of weird, but he's like this old scientist, but he's
Right.
also like a little like kind of like almost like cute dog person kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's funny because when you see the first episode, you see Heimerdinger show up and you're just like, oh, it's gonna be like a cute kids episode. No, it's dark.
Yeah.
It's really dark. You know, like the show itself has all of that darkness that League of Legends has. It very much lives in that world. And they did a really good job. So why you should watch it is because it's faithful to the video game itself, but also tells a super compelling story.
Very cool.
Mhm.
And that's what hooked me. I mean, one was the animation.
Yeah.
But like the storytelling, like right off the jump, the relationship between the sisters.
Yeah.
I'm like, it hooks you quick
Yeah.
from the jump.
I was talking with somebody at one of the events that we were at recently. Just turned out he was a League of Legends fan.
Uh-huh.
And I was telling him, like, at the very first like 2 episodes, you know, they start introducing Powder. And I know some of the lore, but I was just like, who the fuck is Powder?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And like episode 3, episode 4, it like fast forwards a couple of years. And at that point, she becomes Jinx. And I'm like, oh, that's Jinx. Oh, that's dope. You know?
Yeah.
And of course, like, you know, the dude I was talking to, he knew who she was right off the bat. He knew that Powder was Jinx. I stopped playing League of Legends in like 2013.
Right.
You know, so it's just kind of like, you know, and Jinx wasn't a character I always used.
So it goes deep into like the mythology of the game.
Super deep.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I
and
dig
then
that.
even then, like towards the end of the show, you start getting like more glimpses into other worlds,
Mhm.
not worlds, but like kingdoms and realms and stuff, where you know they're gonna like in season 2 they're gonna introduce more characters.
Right.
You know, like I'm waiting to see Darius, dude. Like Darius is a bruiser character.
So
that-
are they coming out with a season 2?
Yeah, they already announced that
Okay,
season
okay,
2 is
okay.
coming out.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, I think
we talked about it last week.
Yeah, there you go. My brain.
So yeah, that's our first recommendation
So
right there.
are you ready to rate it? How many hammer bingers or whatever are you gonna give it?
Heimerdingers.
Out of 10 hammer dingers.
This reference that I'm gonna make right now is for the gamers out there. All right. I'm gonna rate this 10 poison Teemo darts out of 10 forest dragons.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So 10 out of 10.
Mhm.
Wow.
I definitely give this a 10 out of 10. It is a must watch, especially just for people who are into the game. You have to watch it because it is very, very faithful to the game,
Mhm.
right? But for people who just love good storytelling,
Right.
you have to go watch this. Again, it's one of those things that jumps right into the storyline without explaining the world. So they do the world building as you watch the show, which again, that's what I like. That's how Star Wars did it. That's how Star Trek did it. You know, is doing your world building while they're living in the world instead of explaining the world as what it is.
Right. Right. You don't need that. Just get into the mix.
Right.
I love talking about these shows because between like Matrix and Spider-Man and Book of Boba coming out, like so many things are getting lost. Even Squid Game, like so many things are getting lost in the mix, and we're just like cruising right past. We're like coming out of this pandemic, even though we're still in the pandemic.
Yeah.
But like all the content is starting to like drop now, and it's great. So I'm glad we're talking about that because that's one I started, but I need to go back and watch. For me, I would jump over to HBO Max and go check out Curb Your Enthusiasm. So
oh yes.
I don't know how much Curb you've watched, but
I
like,
just started watching it.
if you're a Seinfeld fan or a sitcom fan or a comedy fan,
Mm-hmm.
go watch Curb Your Enthusiasm. It's so funny.
Yeah, no, I just started watching the first season with
Mhm.
Jackie because she's really into Seinfeld.
Oh
So
yeah,
I was telling her, like, if you like Seinfeld, I mean, you know, you'll like Curb Your Enthusiasm. So I was
Right.
like, we should probably go watch Curb Your Enthusiasm, and we started
Yeah.
watching it, and it's good. Larry David it's like a raunchier Seinfeld, is really what it is. Like that
So-
first episode is really just it's an hour-long boner joke.
yeah,
It's great.
yeah, exactly. It's so good. It's so good. So synopsis, right?
Synopsis.
Larry David stars as Larry David in this acclaimed comedy series that follows him at home, at work, and around town as he lands himself in various predicaments with both fictional and real life personalities. That's another fun thing about this.
Yeah.
They do this whole mix of like celebs that are playing themselves and playing other people.
Yeah.
It's so interesting. And then
Actually, that first episode had a whole bunch of celebrity cameos in it.
yeah, exactly. So it's fun watching them. And part of the beauty of this show is how it's like the formula for it.
Yeah.
It's very much like a Seinfeld.
Yeah. It's a
Ish
show about
pattern.
nothing. Yeah.
It's a show about nothing. And Larry David's quirkiness. And really, he's the mold for like George Costanza.
Yeah.
Right. But like the way they do it, the way he wrote it or wrote all these episodes, there's certain beats and
Yeah.
certain story plot points he wants to hit.
Mhm.
Everything else is improvised.
Right.
So it's all just him playing with his friends. So as you see the
It's just ad-libbing the entire time. Yeah.
exactly. So like sometimes they just break out in jokes and there's
It's almost like a live improv or
Yeah.
not live, like a pre-recorded improv show.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's interesting watching them play off each other. And like when there's like bits of like him and like Jeff, his buddy, it's like
Yeah.
they're just they're riffing off each other because they're both comedians.
Right.
They're both stand-ups. Like they're just playing off each other
Right.
to get a joke.
Right.
And then they're like, okay, back to the plot point.
Right.
It's
Right.
really interesting to like know that little bit of knowledge as you're watching the show.
Right.
I would give this, I don't know how many bald heads. I would give this 10 bald Larry David heads out of 10, I don't know, JB Smooths, because he's funny.
Yes.
Have you even got to him yet?
No. I know he's in the show though.
Oh, he's super funny.
That's where he got his break, was on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah, he's super
Yeah.
funny. Super funny. It's one of my favorite comedies of like all time.
Yeah.
Is Curb. So yeah, and the new season's like going on right now. So
Right.
go check out Curb Your Enthusiasm on HBO Max.
Yeah. Now, also on HBO Max, we mentioned this earlier, but Matrix Resurrections.
Yes.
Definitely something I recommend at this point. The way I describe it, it is like at first it's very meta, right? Because a lot of it is they're almost recreating beats from the original Matrix movie from
Mhm.
the first one. Because the way that the story is on there and almost like rehashing certain things, but it also is kind of like a memory thing. So it's him just kind of like, this is all familiar. This is really familiar.
Yeah.
This is weird, and then it kind of finds its own place and becomes its own movie after a while. So I mean, it's really well done, right? It is both a reboot and a sequel at the same time, which is a really hard thing to pull off,
Mhm.
right?
And you know what's interesting? Like I've only watched maybe half hour of it
Mhm.
just before we got here, just to see if it worked
Mhm.
after I watched Hawkeye last night. I'm like, let me turn it on, and then I fell asleep.
Which hot guy?
Exactly.
Okay.
But then I turned it on a little bit this afternoon just to see like what I missed, because there's a lot of exposition in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I missed part of it. I'm like, I don't know what's happening. But
The first 10 minutes, it doesn't make sense until about halfway through the movie.
well, I rewatched the beginning
Mhm.
and I realized like they're screwing with your brain.
Yeah.
Like what? It's almost like you're in his shoes. I'm not saying which his, but his shoes as he's trying to figure out what is happening.
Right.
So it's almost like you're stuck in the Matrix and things keep changing.
Yeah.
And switching.
But what's crazy is as you go on, it's like, oh, you think you know what's happening, and then they make a joke about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And it's not like an actual joke, but it's like, they'll do something that kind of throws you off.
Yeah.
Right. Because it's just like, I guess this is not a plot point spoiler,
Mhm.
right? But like, like he thinks remember in the first movie, he sees the deja vu, right?
Mhm.
So he thinks that he sees it again. And then all of a sudden a cat shows up that's named Deja Vu.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like they're spinning things on top of its head.
Mhm.
Right. But then there's like twists that happen. Right. And it's like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. I think it's almost predictable, but at the same time, it's a kind of a cool concept the way they did it.
You even like the piece that got me was when they were talking about the game
Mhm.
and like how to like construct the game, how to revisit the game, and yada yada yada.
Yeah.
And it was like they're sitting in not a boardroom, but like a think tank room.
Yeah.
And they would jump back and forth between characters, and their clothes kept changing,
Yeah.
and it kept throwing me off. And I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to be thrown off.
Right.
I'm supposed to not know what's real, what's not real.
Exactly.
Just like what he's going through right
Yeah.
now. I'm like, oh,
And then okay, yeah. I don't want to give any more
Yeah,
plot
yeah,
points
yeah.
away because I almost just gave that away right now.
I know.
It's like, yeah. I mean, it's a recommendation. I'm highly
But
recommending it.
but I'm just saying that part, like, it didn't give anything away, but it's very meta.
Yeah. Oh, it is.
About like,
well, at least the
talking about
first half
itself.
of the movie is super
Exactly.
meta, right?
Exactly.
And then it gets more into being its own movie after that, right? But the first half of the movie is super meta,
Exactly.
and it's meant to be that way,
exactly
right? Recommendation. I am gonna give this because I'm a little harsher on movies than I am on a lot of TV shows.
How many bullet times
That's
are
funny.
you gonna give it out of?
That's funny because that is like a big theme in this movie is
Right.
bullet time.
Yeah.
And
it's
again,
weird
it's a
because-
joke on bullet time too.
Yeah.
So it's almost like,
Well, they make fun of themselves almost.
oh yeah, so we have to outdo bullet time. I'm sorry, guys.
I got
Watch
one
the
word
movie.
for you. Bullet time.
You guys gotta watch the movie.
Isn't that 2 words?
Let's see. What recommendation am I gonna give this? Let's go with 8 bullet time bullets out of 10
Neo coffees. Just drinking.
10 like amniotic sacs
Okay. Wow. Here we go.
that
Just got real.
that you wake up in out of the Matrix.
Or is it real?
Yeah, delicious,
Ew. Gross.
so good. Out of 10 naked Neos in an amniotic sac
Sounds delicious.
and naked Trinities in an amniotic sac,
Okay. Relax.
And
Slow
just-
it down.
naked people in amniotic sacs.
You mean Tiffany.
Ti-
Okay. I'm jumping.
when you get to the end of that movie, there's a joke on that too.
Yeah, exactly.
So what's funny is they're jokes, but they're not meant to be funny jokes.
Yeah.
And they're not really funny, but I mean, like, just the comedy in that movie is more about how meta it is.
Mhm.
And it's not like, hey, we want laugh out loud laughs. It makes sense for the plot and the story later on
Right.
for all that to happen. But anyways, yeah, let's move on to the next thing before I
Okay.
start like spoiling the shit
My
out of
next
this.
one is all about champions.
You know what? I knew this is where you were going.
It's all about champions.
You know what? Do we have a cheater system here? Do we have something where we can monitor cheaters like video games?
No,
Like,
we have all stars.
in video games. You can usually ban people who cheat.
Well, not this time.
Yeah.
Not in this time. This is bullet time.
Yeah. Does anybody know where Curtis Corona is?
Not in the winner's circle. I'll tell you that much.
So Batman.
my recommendation is going to be from Paramount Plus, the Challenge All Stars. And I know Bird put it on her list to recommend.
Yeah.
But she's not here. So,
which means that she's the loser.
winners show up.
Oh,
And
I
I'm
see.
here. So it's now my entry into Don't Cross the Streams.
I see.
The Challenge All Stars on Paramount Plus. If you guys have ever watched the MTV Challenge,
Mhm.
this brings back past players, winners, losers from all the different seasons.
Mhm.
You know, going back to Road Rules and Real World days,
Right.
like old school. We're talking like 20-year jump of people, including even people from like the current season of the challenge, like the new crop of people.
Yeah.
So it's a runs the gamut of all stars. It's great. You get
Like
all
Tony
that.
the Tiger.
You get all the real world Road Rules drama
Yeah.
back again, but now it's like everybody's older, but they're holding on to baggage for like 15 years. It's great. I love it. It's when I used to watch MTV and like love MTV. The challenge is amazing. So, synopsis.
Hashtag James is still a cheater.
Former cast members of MTV Real World and Road Rules compete again in the challenge, some coming back after over a decade of being off the show. Yes, it's so good. The nostalgia
Yeah.
is so there. It's so much fun seeing all these different people because they have this baggage. Then they don't need the baggage, but it's like their drama. Some people are trying to like work on themselves and become better, but then they snap. It's so great. I love it. I love it.
I was so lost when you guys did the trivia on that because like you guys are like the three of you guys watched the show
Mm-hmm.
and you guys were talking about like contestants and everything like that. I'm
Right.
like, who the fuck are you guys talking about? I don't know
Exactly.
what the hell's happening right now.
That's what makes this so great because they'll talk about like the old seasons and the drama
Mhm.
and like who's connected to who dated who was on the same season, who like creates an alliance and all that business.
Right.
Oh, it's so good. It's so much better than anything like Survivor or Big Brother.
Yeah.
The challenge is so great because it's like it's mental, they got puzzles, it's physical, it's about teamwork, it's about like inner house drama.
Right.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
It's great.
It's so good, you guys. So make sure you go watch the Challenge All Stars. I give this how many I give this 10 CTs out of 10 bananas, which are like the champions.
Okay.
This
Okay.
is the best show ever.
All right. Now the rest of these, I mean, I do have a couple like matches with this, like because none of these are really like my huge
You
recommendations.
can just recommend whatever you want.
Well,
And there's
mainly because a lot
out
of
there.
a lot of the stuff that we have on here is actually old, so there's not really like anything that's like super new. One of them I want to leave for Bird
Okay.
specifically.
But I was gonna say, if it's something you think people should watch, shout it out because people are home for the holidays.
Yeah.
But also like
Tiger King 2.
things are missed. Yeah, exactly.
Tiger
People
King
are
2.
missing things.
Watch Tiger King 2.
It's so good.
It
I love
is
Tiger King too.
so bad, but so good. And they just dropped another Tiger King adjacent show
On Netflix?
on Netflix like this week.
Clutch the Pearls. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
didn't know that.
So it's not Tiger King; it's the other dude. It's called Tiger King, and then like the story of I'm forgetting his name.
Which
but
one, Jeff?
No, it's another one of the park owners. It's the dude who got arrested over the pandemic for like having a sex ring in his
Oh, Doc
Doc Annell.
Doc Annell. There you
Yeah,
go.
it's called like Tiger King, the Doc Annell story,
Yes.
and it's about how Doc Annell got arrested over the pandemic.
Well, he wasn't even in season 2, right?
No.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, no, yeah. He
but
wasn't
like
even in.
again, they did an entirely separate show specifically about Doc Annell.
Oh, I know what I'm doing tonight.
yeah, so that just showed up on
That's-
Netflix.
That's my new Midnight Nacho show
Yeah.
right there.
Again, mention Witcher 2 is probably something that you guys should probably watch. It's something that's on my list of things to watch.
It's the #1 Netflix show. Like,
Yeah.
you should go watch that show. We shouldn't even have to mention it, but
You
go
know-
watch it.
You know what we haven't done, like, because normally we do the breakdown.
Yeah.
And we haven't been doing the breakdown on this show,
Uh-huh.
which we should probably record an episode of just the breakdown pretty soon.
Uh-huh.
But Hawkeye.
I want to do Hawkeye. It's almost like when it comes out and
Yeah.
when we record, it's almost like we need to be a week behind, or
Yeah.
we're spoiling things for
Yeah,
people.
well, now with this, we can just do an entire show review on
And
it.
it's only 6 episodes. Yeah.
Exactly.
So why don't we plan it? Next week? We'll do like a full breakdown, Easter eggs.
Yeah, so that way
Because-
you guys get an actual, instead of just a live episode, you guys will actually get
Actually, I
me
think-
editing the show.
I think that's a really good idea because,
Mm-hmm.
After Jenny and I watched it, she's like, that was a big deal, right? I'm like, yeah, it was a huge
Yeah,
deal.
it was a huge deal.
And she's like, why? I'm like, let me explain.
Yeah. We'll wait for that for next week so we don't spoil that since it just came out today.
Yeah, exactly.
But me and Bird were talking about it like when she came by earlier,
Uh-huh.
and it was just like, yeah, no, I wasn't expecting it to be full on that.
Yeah.
I was like both of us were kind of expecting it to be like, oh yeah, okay, there's a mention, but it was like, no, the whole episode was just that.
More than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also speculations on the final scene.
Yes.
He's coming back. There's no way.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But the real question is, for the end credit scene, do we get a full version of that? Like a full on, you know what I'm saying?
I was not expecting an entire song and sequence from Rogers the Musical. I loved it so
The
much.
full on version of it.
It was the pieces that they took from that scene that was in the first
Yeah.
episode, right?
Yeah.
They did the entire sequence
Yeah.
as if it were like something that like an actual musical.
Yeah.
And I'm sure
I can do it all.
sure Disney is gonna make an actual musical of
Oh,
this.
yeah.
They
Oh,
are
yeah.
going to do this because of just the cult following that this has.
This
right
is
now.
going to be Marvel's version of Star Wars: The Holiday Special.
Oh my
Like
god,
they're just going to
it's
milk
so
it.
funny.
They're going to milk it.
We have a Hulk.
he likes to smash or something. I forgot what it was.
I can do this all day.
So crazy. Oh, Johnny's asking about Wheel of Time on Amazon. What's your rating?
So that's the one I was saying. I'm gonna wait for Bird to.
That's one of her big ones. I think
do.
Phoenix wanted to talk about that one, but again, she was waiting for Bird. Who Bird didn't show up.
Yeah, well, she had a family thing that popped up, so
We got to
well,
put some seeds on the porch so Bird shows up.
Yeah, I want to leave Wheel of Time specifically for Bird because that is a huge one for her.
Mhm.
I know that she's really big into the books on that and everything like that, so I want to leave that one for her to do as a recommendation.
I think there was some Wheel of Time news.
That's
as well.
also Curtis was really recommending that too, mainly because he read the books too and he knew about the books.
I think there was some Wheel of Time news. Maybe they just announced season 2 or something.
Oh
I
wow!
forgot. Anyway, I don't know. I just saw a piece of it and I went past it.
I mean, other things that just in general to recommend. If you haven't started watching Archer, watch Archer.
I actually haven't watched Archer.
Archer is ridiculously funny. It is
Okay.
really good. Good Omens is another one to recommend. If you didn't watch the first season because they're coming out with the second season,
Mhm.
it's a Neil Gaiman property, and it was another thing that was really well done.
I got one more,
Go for it.
and we've talked about this off and on, but like Raider Ray turned me on to this because I signed up for Apple TV Plus.
I know where you're going.
Like I got it for free from I think it was AT&T.
Mhm.
But then I didn't do anything with it, and then Ray kept talking about Ted Lasso. It's so
Yeah.
funny, Ted Lasso. Like that sounds funny, but I haven't watched it, and then I just started watching it, and I like binged everything.
Yeah,
It's so funny. Ted Lasso is such a good show.
yeah. I haven't started watching that. The only shows on Apple TV Plus that I've watched, obviously, last week I recommended Schmigadoon,
Mhm.
but then also For All Mankind.
I heard about that one too.
was really good too. That one's about the missions to the moon.
Mhm.
So that was actually really good. I think that's actually an alternate universe.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, but it's basically an alternate universe. It's like if the moon race ended up becoming like like an actual kind of like war thing.
Right.
So
Ted Lasso. It's about a American college football coach that gets hired to coach an English soccer team. Imagine remember Major League?
Yeah.
Like it's pretty much Major League. Like they hire like a coach and a bunch of players to kind of put the team in the gutter.
mm-hmm.
for whatever reason. But it turns out to be like a really wholesome, like bringing everybody together story.
Nice.
And it's really good. I really encourage you to go watch it. And
I need to watch
the
it.
storylines are super unexpected.
Mhm.
And it just ends up in weird places, but it's so much fun.
Yeah, it's one of those things that's on my list of things to watch.
I got one more to watch because it comes out in like 2 days.
Oh yeah, go for it.
And we kind of talked about it, but
Oh yeah, go for it.
at the very end. So Slugfest
On Roku.
on Roku channel. This is done by the Russo brothers.
Yeah.
And this is like a documentary. Just to pull back again, it was supposed to go on Quibi.
Mm-hmm.
Quibi went under. Roku bought it up, and they're putting it together as like one big series, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And it's done by the Russo brothers, and it's telling the story of Marvel Comics versus DC Comics.
Right, and the
throughout the
actual
years.
comic rivalry. So not not like movies or anything like that. It's about like the dominant or the fight for dominance in the comic world.
Yes, exactly. And there's like going to be reenactments, and like the drama that happened. You're like, drama comic book, come on! But it's like the different artists and
Right.
story
And writers
that went
like how they went back and forth.
yeah.
You look at someone like Jack Kirby,
Mm-hmm.
who created some of the most iconic characters in both DC and Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Like so Jack Kirby created Darkseid,
Exactly.
right? But he also created Thanos.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like,
He created the new gods.
he created the new gods, and he created like Jack Kirby, a lot of the more fantastical, colorful, out there weird characters more than likely were either created by or inspired by Jack Kirby.
Oh yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy is another Jack Kirby set of characters.
Anything with costumes, like full body costumes in bright colors,
Mhm.
and made no sense. It's Jack Kirby.
Yeah. Yeah, Jack Kirby had a lot to do with that, right? But I
A lot
mean,
of
like, that's-
yellows, a lot of purples.
yeah, but I mean, like that's a lot of the same things.
Yeah.
Like he was a guy that worked between both companies.
Mm-hmm.
Even Stan Lee
Mhm.
had a writing stint at DC for a little while, like early DC for a little while.
Yeah.
you
Crazy.
know?
Crazy stuff. And it's even narrated by Kevin Smith. So come
Oh.
on. You got to watch this.
Yeah, I kind of need to watch this.
Comes out on the 24th. See? You need to get that Roku.
It's another thing I don't need.
Ah, you need it.
Yeah.
Just for this. Maybe I can like grab my like Roku stick and just plug it in your TV, and then
That
you
would
could
work.
watch it.
Yeah, and then I could just watch the show and give you back your Roku stick.
Boom. Look at that.
There you go. Well, yeah. I think that's it for
Yeah.
Don't Cross the Streams for this week.
Yeah. We may have more recommendations next week since Bird had other things going on.
Yeah.
There,
There were like certain things that we wanted some other people to do, just the contributors we wanted to contribute, I guess. is
Exactly.
the word that we're looking for here. But yeah, that is it for this week.
So next week we're saying breakdown Hawkeye.
Well, next week, so we're gonna do a couple of different elements next week. So we'll have the live show like we've been doing.
Yeah.
But expect a fully produced episode next week on the podcast.
Look at that.
Partially because I missed the production sound,
Uh-huh.
but partially because we got to do one of those two-parters and do some breakdowns and stuff.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And there's a lot to break down.
Oh,
Maybe we should actually that's a good point. We'll stagger the breakdowns, but we could break down Spider-Man in a week to give people time to watch it
Oh yeah.
over Christmas and whatnot,
Mhm.
and then do all the Easter eggs,
Yeah.
and everything like that
Because there's so many.
without spoiling things,
Yeah. There's so many Easter eggs in Spider-Man.
Exactly. Same with Hawkeye. There's a lot of Easter
Yeah.
eggs in Hawkeye.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, we'll talk about that. Cool.
All right, guys. Well, that is it for this week. At that point, we have merch.
We got merch, people.
We got merch, people. So at the moment, we have large and below. We have no larger sizes for shirts.
So if the holiday pounds haven't hit you yet, come get the large, mediums, smalls, extra smalls,
And we have kid shirts too.
and
So
kids shirts.
if any of your kids want a Distance Nerding t-shirt,
Mhm.
we've got those.
Exactly. What a better holiday Christmas gift is a Distance Nerding shirt, you know?
There is no better gift
Oh, put
than
a
the gift
bow
of
on it.
Distance Nerding.
Oh, it's great. Mikey the Third, he needs a shirt.
Mikey the Third probably needs a shirt.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We should find a way to get him a
Yeah.
shirt. Sounds good. And all you got to do is DM us. Let us know the size you're looking for. And it's $20. And if we got to ship it, it's $25.
Exactly.
Easy enough. And
Unless I'm shipping to Norway, then I got your back.
didn't we shipped stuff to Norway?
We have before.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh,
I remember paying the international cost for that. Because we've also shipped to Canada too. So
shout out to Julie who sends us tacos.
oh yeah,
'Cause
Julie.
that helps.
Julie sends us tacos every week or every month. So
exactly.
that helps pay for a lot of the shipping
Yeah.
costs.
And speaking of, so yeah, if you want to buy us some tacos, we have a little link on our Instagram right there in our portfolio or on our website. It's
Or
buy-
on the bottom of this page right now,
Or-
linktr.ee/distance nerding.
there's a buy us a tacos button. You can buy some tacos. We use the money towards buying more shirts, buying more stickers,
Mhm.
shipping stuff out, upgrading equipment.
Yeah.
That's how it is. You keep the show going.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, guys, we would be nothing without you, and we highly appreciate. You know what? In the spirit of the holidays, again, I try to emphasize this all the time, but we would be nothing without you. So we thank every single person that watches us and
Yeah.
every single person that supports us.
Yeah.
We thank you guys for everything you do in keeping us running.
Yeah, it's been a whirlwind of a year. We've made
Yeah.
a ton of new friends and
Mhm.
solidified friendships that we've had before.
Yeah.
It's been nothing but great.
I think we've grown a lot of those friendships stronger than they were before. And also, I appreciate everybody bigging up my ego on a regular basis.
Oh, I know,
yeah,
right?
and just making me more of
Look,
an egomaniac.
His head's so big, it doesn't even fit on the screen. See, it's
Exactly.
popping out the top.
Exactly.
Look at the framing. Come on, guys.
Yeah, every person that has supported this Unipool movement that I've started.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. Like our little video,
Yeah.
our little LA Comic Con.
It's got 7K now.
Yeah, exactly. Unipool with Fresno Deadpools.
Yeah.
It's a fun little video. It's on our Instagram. It's like 7,000 views right now.
Yeah.
So that's
If you
awesome.
haven't looked at that video, or if you go check out that video, but then also check out the Jigsaw video because that is super creepy
Yeah,
and I love it.
that one's creepy. But also right now we have I think there's a picture of all the Deadpools.
Yeah.
Including Logan Cosplay.
Yeah.
Shout out to Logan Cosplay.
That kid is blowing up right now.
He is blowing up right now. Not for his Deadpool. His Deadpool was amazing
Yeah.
at LA Comic Con.
It's
but-
his Green Goblin.
This kid did this amazing Green Goblin with the flyer, with the Green Goblin fly. Is it
Yeah.
called the flyer?
I think so. Yeah, with the glider.
With the glider. Sorry, the glider, and it's so amazing. He's been all over Instagram,
Yeah.
all over comicbook.com. I think Spider-Man No Way Home account, like Instagram account,
Yeah.
also retweeted it or reposted it.
Yeah, just guys, you got to go check out Logan. What's his Instagram?
Let me find it right now because
Yeah.
it is worth going to check out.
I'm actually gonna write it on the bottom of the screen here just so people can actually go see it. But it's at Logan
Dominic Cosplay.
That's DOMINIC.
Cosplay.
Cosplay?
Yeah.
All right.
Super cool. They were super cool people. So the father and son, I think his family was there too. They were super cool.
Oh, I spelled that wrong.
Oh, come on. Yeah, they were super cool. We were talking about them possibly coming on and doing
I would love that.
an interview with them.
Yeah.
So we're in talks with them right now. So we'll probably have to figure that out quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited. They were super cool. It was so cool to be like, see, like, this kid has amazing cosplay. Next thing you know, he's all over the internet the following week.
Yeah.
It's so nuts.
Logan wasn't the kid that was
If you go to our Instagram
he
right
wasn't
now,
the Iron Man, was he?
no. If you go to our Instagram right now, it's the latest picture of you, the lady Deadpool Fresno, and the kid.
Mm-hmm.
Logan Dominic Cosplay is that kid.
Yeah, I see it right there.
That's Logan. Dominic
Well, that's what
Cosplay.
I'm saying. Like he wasn't the kid that was Iron Man, was he?
No.
That was another cosplayer,
That was
right?
RN 411 or something like
Which
that.
that kid was awesome too. He had a Gen 1 Iron Man cosplay. He's like 5 years old
Yeah.
and he was so into it.
Yeah, it was so cool.
I love seeing these kids that are cosplaying. It's so like it just seeing these kids be that nerdy at that age, nerdy enough to cosplay,
Yeah.
right? Is like I love it.
These, and I'll shout it out to the parents because they're the ones putting together all these costumes. And just think about that. They're putting in all this effort into their child's like imagination,
Right.
and sharing like their imagination with their son or daughter and taking them out into the public, and their kids are getting all the accolades. It's so cool. So cool. Like breeding the next generation of cosplay.
Mm-hmm.
It's so cool. So shout out to Logan Dominic Cosplay.
All right.
Oh, look at Johnny. Johnny wants to be on the show next week. Are we going to go international?
I mean, he'll probably be in the chat, but I mean, if Johnny wants to come on the show,
Johnny.
I'm 100% okay with Johnny coming on the show.
If you have video capabilities from your hospital bed, I don't know. I mean, you got to make sure that hospital gown stays closed.
Yeah.
Because we keep this stream PG. So
For the most part. I
For the
mean,
most
well, I
part.
mean, yeah, you can cuss in PG movies now.
Yeah. We don't want to see your Norwegian Titan, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, no,
On the live
definitely
stream.
not. No, I mean, there probably are people who want to see the Norwegian Titan, but we don't want to see that.
Yeah. Well, actually, yeah, we all do. So
Yeah.
let's see what happens.
Yeah, let's take a look at
But
the-
Johnny, if you want to come on next week, give us a shout out. Let us know. We'll work it out.
Yeah, man. Outside of that, the other places that you can find us, Johnny's he just laughed. The other places you can find us, of course, every Monday from 6 to 8 Pacific Standard Time. We got the Lego live stream going. I had a poll in the Distance Nerdington post,
Mm-hmm.
and right now the leader.
Oh, shout out to Ryan for joining us
Yeah, absolutely. Ryan
From
Permerson
Nerd-
is the man from
from
Nerd Culture.
Yeah.
Right now, this is what as of right now, this is what I'm building on Monday. It is the Marauder from Bad Batch, which comes with all the Bad Batch characters. This would be super fun. The second runner-up right now is the Sith painting thing right here,
Ah.
right? Which, if this wins, I'm going to do another poll on which character I'm going to build.
Oh, that's right. So that set you could do.
Vader, Kylo Ren, or Darth Maul.
How cool is that?
Mhm.
With that one set. And now you and I think the Aarons each have one.
Oh yeah,
So technically you can put them all together and make that big Darth
the
Vader
big Darth
one.
Vader one. Yeah,
Wow.
there
look
is
at
a
you
full
guys.
size Vader one that you can build out of that.
Pull a Power Rangers of Legos and build a
With
one
our
massive
powers
Lego.
combined,
That's cool.
I am Captain Vader, Star Wars guy.
Don't forget, every Monday from 6 to 8 p.m., Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, the Lego live streams with better jokes.
With way better jokes because my jokes are terrible.
Better brackets.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and always remember the brackets. We're gonna do a music bracket this week, so
Oh, okay. I
that'll
like
be
it.
fun to do.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Is that the one Tyler was helping out with?
Yeah, we actually still haven't written it, but we're gonna write it by Monday. So.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So that'll be that right there. Outside of that, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I've got for you.
Have something you want to discuss? Oh,
I
no,
forgot.
no.
Game streams.
Oh, look. Okay, here we go.
Game
Here
streams,
we
guys.
go.
Facebook Live Gaming. I have been streaming.
Mhm.
It is very NSFW, not safe for work, because I can't control my friends and what they say. And I kind of go along with it sometimes, and it's very terrible. We are very, very bad people, but it's fun. And you guys can talk smack to me while I'm playing video games, and I will respond.
Awesome.
James knows because he's been in the chat a couple times, and he knows that I will respond to whatever you type to me.
Exactly. I've seen it.
So that being said, check me out. Right now it's kind of random. I'm hoping to actually write a schedule for that. But I pretty much, any days that we're not streaming, you'll usually see me. If I'm playing video games, I usually stream it.
Yeah, and honestly, like if you ever need to get a hold of young Phil, He's in the gaming stream. Just go find him there.
Yeah, I'm
And talk
usually
to
there
him.
for like 6 hours.
Exactly. That's where he is. Go
Yeah.
find him. If you have a question, he'll answer it.
Facebook requires at least 4 hours a week. I'd kill that in a day.
Right? Exactly.
So
Kill that in a sitting.
yeah, I know, right? Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. Tyler said we will have to talk about the bracket when we're done
Done. I like it.
on our after show beer that we get here.
The after party.
Yeah. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are done for the night.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, James, what do you got to say?
I have to say, go stream something. Go watch Spider-Man. But if you have something you want to discuss, tell us about it on the Distance Nerdington post.
Guys, buy us a taco. You can find us tacos on link.tr or linktr.ee/distance nerding. You can buy us a taco, and like we mentioned before, the tacos go towards everything that we get back out to you. So, we love doing it. We love helping everybody out, and maybe that means we get to do more shows and things like that.
And follow us on Instagram.
That's where I was going next.
Instagram.com.
Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, MySpace, GeoCities, Friendster.
Golden Palace.
That's a social media.
It is now.
Yeah, farmers only,
Exactly.
OnlyFans.
Our time, right? What did Phoenix say last time? Our time is for like older people.
I guess. What was the one I was talking about? The gamers earlier. Oh, Plink.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you can find us on all those places at Distance Nerding. You're not going to find us on Plink. I'll tell you that right
I was gonna
now.
say, don't go to the Plink.
Yeah, no, I'm betrothed and this man is married, so you're not going to find us on Plink.
Exactly.
But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the night. We love you. It's time for the dance party.
Distance nerding.
Dancing with myself.
Oh, that's your life in like 20, 30 years. That's your life.
I love my hair.
I'm just saying, get ready for it. Here, I'll support you. I'll support you.
In solidarity.
I'll support you. We're doing it for Young Phil. Buy us a taco for Young Phil's hair. Rogaine is expensive. Buy us a taco.
Don't leave me hair.